everybody. Good morning or good afternoon. Excuse you. Or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday. I'm like reasonably certain that it's Friday. It's hard to tell this time of year with the holidays and everything going on, but it seems Friday-ish. Hello, everybody. Hi, Hazel. Hello. First to type and say hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And welcome back. We have coffee. Very important. Hasn't been started yet, so that's very, very important. Cyberwolf, thank you very much for the 63-month reset. Morning, everyone. Doesn't seem like it's been over 5 years that I've been watching Hazel. It's a long time for a little stream. You're hollow with a 44-month reset. Thanks, Hazel. Thank you. Hi, guys. Oh, this is good. Well, it's alright. I can't talk it up too much. I made it. It's okay. And then, I am back on my new... I've decided this is my Horde main, which doesn't really change anything, but it's a fun and exciting thing to call her. I don't have any other Horde characters that I'm playing, like, regularly. I guess I could have done a Goblin, but you know what? At this point, it's this one or nothing. And yesterday, after stream ended, I accepted my friend Flabby's gift of gold and turned it into tokens along with my savings, and have now successfully secured for myself that thing. So it's been done, and I got 7 tokens because it cost exactly 6 tokens worth of balance, but then with tax, it turned out to be 7. So I have about 100k left, which I'm not too worried about. You know, it's gold, it'll come, it'll go. But this thing, which I think leaves the shop in another, like, week and a half, I think around here-ish it's gonna leave the shop, on maybe the 6th. I've got mine, so that's nice. The other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of combine leveling and also working on this, but I wanted to keep doing time walking dungeons, so I was thinking maybe I could, like, sit in queue for time walking dungeons, but then be doing campaign in between. And now that I'm level 71, I kind of wanted to see if there was any armor that I could wear that I could kind of afford as well. That would be like a really big upgrade for me. So there's these 528 pieces that are crafted, it looks like. Yeah, War Within tailoring. Those are really cheap, actually. So I can probably get some of these. Let's make sure it's hunter gear, though. Aw, man, the male stuff is not as cheap. That's a bummer. Let's see, so these are gonna be bracers. Let's get some of those. And then maybe like a chest piece, because my heirlooms no longer scale up. They stopped scaling at so I got cuffs and a hauberk. We want galoshes, perhaps? They stopped scaling at 69, so if I want to be doing... It's not gonna really matter for time walking, but it might be kind of nice for clearing these things. Silver Stitcher, thank you very much for the 33-month reset. Appreciate it. Straight up forgot stream. No, you're totally fine. 6th of January in the shop. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's see. Well, we got 3 things that we can wear. That'll probably... So item level 334. Now item level 369. That's a decent bump. That'll help a little bit. It wouldn't kill me to actually do some more within questing on her. But, you know, like, if I can just, like, sneak her up to level with random time walking dungeons while I do this, then I can go into my war bank and pull out. I'm sure I have, we got Unshackled, that sucks. Zandalar Rampart, we can do those. I'm sure that I have, whatchamacallums, like warband equipped gear that I need to wear. Hi, kitty cat. How you doing? How are you, sweetie? 369. Nice. Banging my head against the wall in MTG Arena. Nice. It's fun to have a game on this time of year. Afternoon from across the pond. Good afternoon to you. I hope you're having a lovely holiday season. Oh, hi, kitty cat. I was going to do 2 world quests just to kind of get this done, because one of the things that's going to probably bottleneck me is likely to be my Zandalar Empire rep, which is currently sitting at... half revered. Here, we'll show... Well, no, I can't show that. Well, I could, but... Hang on. Will it show both of them? Yeah, it will. Okay. Because I don't need my Heart of Azeroth bar. So there's my Zandalar Empire rep. That's going to be relevant. So doing world quests or anything else for that is going to help. Shall we, this one's gonna give us some gold. Gold's always nice. But yeah, the main reason I want to get like a few more levels and a bit of gear is just so that I can like crush through these world quests faster. I'm already out leveling them, but in my old gear it wasn't as, you know, I'm not one-shotting things, and what if we could one-shot things? Wouldn't that be fun? Farewell to Arms is the name of the BFA meta achievement that they've added recently that has a mount at the end of it, as well as I think a few mounts along the way of it too. So that's what I'm out here for. Let's see. We got the treasures of Zoldazar. That was good. We only needed one more rare for the Adventure of Zandalar, but I'm waiting for, it's going to be a world quest up in this region, so I need that to actually pop. Got my Snapdragon today. Can't say I love it, but it's a +1. That's okay. I won't tell it that you said that. I won't let your Snapdragon know. Oh man. Yeah, I've been doing that quest sometimes, so I'm sure I'll get mine one day. This is just more fun. And the fact that this is more fun even when I'm not even really working on the concrete parts of it. I'm just kind of chipping away at the prerequisites. It just says something about my level of nostalgia for BFA, I guess. I'm just kind of excited to be back here. Oh, I need to use an item here. That's what we're after. I miss doing these emissaries that would crop up. Those were kind of fun. I like doing those. Besides, Zandalar Rep is the only one that I think I actually need, but getting the other ones would be nice because there's mounts on them that I like probably won't even have. For not for the Paragon caches, although apparently there are cosmetics that I do need for the Paragon caches, but just like rep mounts in general, I didn't get them all. So I'll have to get some gold, and I'll have to... I mean, I could take... Well, I was going to say I could take my existing gold and I could buy some of these mounts off the vendors, because some of them are like 70, 80k. But it just occurred to me, I don't have existing gold anymore. I spent it all. I bought a Brutosaur. There's nothing doing about that. Man, I wish these were warband factions. Although, even if they were, I'm not sure that... I'm not sure that it would remember that I have any of it, because I don't even know what long-deleted character even got the rep in the first place. Very proud of myself for reaching platinum. Had a hilarious brawl match the other day. Oh, fun. Fun. I haven't been playing as much Hearthstone Battlegrounds as I normally like. I'm still 6k in duos as opposed to my former rating of 7k because I haven't really figured out where I fit in the new meta or what the... I mean, I've like looked at the rankings and stuff, but sometimes I can't make my builds happen. Okay, so let's turn this in. That's the emissary. And then I was quite close, I think, to finishing the war campaign. I was quite close to the last stage of it, so that might be the next thing that I work on while I'm sitting in Time Walking Dungeon queue here. Because I think that doing Time Walking Dungeons to get to 80 is probably going to be faster than anything else. And gets me out of doing any quest repeating that I wasn't in the mood to do. I wouldn't mind gathering again to level, but that was kind of a long, slow over time process. I think if I was trying to gather like urban mine to level in the War Within, and I was trying to like do it in a hurry, I don't think that would be any fun. Because yeah, this mount here, the Spectral Terror Wing, is one of the most unique mounts of that, of these BFA rep mounts that they did. They made like a ghosty version of it, and I never bought it, and they want like 76k for it. And I'm gonna have to just get the rep and then, you know, get another 76,000 gold. I have to sell some things. Alright, so they want us to talk to Sylvanas. She's at the docks. We can do that. And I got 1800 Zandalar Empire rep, actually. So that's nice. I'm only 2 and a little bit bars away from being finished. I wonder if, I mean, sometimes I just like doing these, oh no, Expulsum. That was from scrapping. Never mind. I was gonna say the supplies needed BFA world quest, or like those supplies are often really cheap because the expansion's well over. So sometimes you can get your world quest done super easy, but not that one. Reminds me, I need to feed my Snapdragon before it starves. the Neopets of our era. Hi, Sylvanas. How you doing? What's up, Buttercup?
The fruit of your labors. Derek Proudmore, a corpse you recovered from the depths of the sea.
He must be soggy by now.
It shall prove a valuable
Everybody else was kind of skeletal when we pulled him up.
a dagger to plunge into the very heart of House Proudmore. When the time is right.
Alright, so now we're going back to Tierguard Sound. I don't think we need to finish listening to her talking. She can just kind of do her speech to anybody who wants to hear it. And then we're meeting Rexar this way. Because yeah, when I look at the war campaign, which is going to be one of the things I need here for Battle for Azeroth. Oh, hang on. I see rare, I kill rare. Just in case we need it. Might need it for the achieve, you never know. Rare scanner has been very helpful for finding these as we go places. But yeah, if I load that and I look at the war campaign, yeah, I think this is basically just, well, I don't know, each one of these is like a whole thing. Never mind. It might take more time than I thought. Sometimes you'll look at a little quest line in there and you'll be like, oh, there's only like 4 steps, but each step is like 17 steps. Good morning. Did you accept Flabby's gold offering and get the Bluto? The Pluto. The Bruto. I did. I did. I took it and I spent it, and he can't have it back because I took it and I spent it. Turned it into tokens and got myself a Brutosaurus, so that's done. They can't take it away from me. I mean, I'm sure they probably could, but it would be a strange thing for them to do. I wonder if I'm going to be able to get this whole BFA meta done before... Oh, I love world quests like this. So maybe I should leave them be, because like if they come up with enemy zones emissary, I might want the easy world quest to do, but it's just so hard to walk right by them. That's just gonna be honor bound in Champions of Azeroth. I miss I miss dropping into a world quest like that, and I'm living in the past. Oh, yeah. There's rare. These dungeon queues say they're about 12 minutes long, but I know they were taking like up to 20 yesterday, so it's kind of nice to have 2 things going at the same time. I wonder if I'm going to keep her pets or if I'm going to tame anything else. I don't particularly want to tame another reindeer, just because I have one already. And also, you know, Christmas is over. It's over. But I wonder if I'm gonna, like, I got these pets back in BFA, so I'm sure there's something newer by now that maybe I would like. Oh, it's a goat's tote. 28 slot bag. Not an upgrade, though. I've got 30 slots. Glad Magni was able to complete his 12-step Azerite Anonymous program. Get clean. I mean, he wasn't all sparkling clean before. Azerite denied. Where are the Horde? Off and away. Here they go. I don't know if I knew that Norwington Estate ever got attacked. Yeah. We're hitting them where it hurts in the fancy horse jumping. Gosh, that world quest was difficult for me. What were it was something to do with fancy horses and getting like rings and jumping over hurdles and something. Some kind of a dressage situation. I did not like that one. I avoided it whenever possible because I was just terrible at it. Hated that quest. I'd forgotten about it. I'd managed to successfully block it out into a nice little black box in my brain until just now when we came back here. The fond memory from this area was getting the silky chicken. What is his name? He was very fancy. It wasn't Ernest, was it? Francois, that's right. He had a French name. There we go. It was the worst. You had to, I mean, you can still get this pet, but you had to have 1,000,000 gold. You didn't have to spend 1,000,000 gold, but in order to get him, you had to have 1,000,000 gold on your character at the time. So there was a lot of people borrowing 1,000,000 gold and then being like, I'll give it back, I swear. Oh, there we go. Then you keep up. I don't know anybody that defrauded anybody over the chicken thing, but there was some sharing going on. I don't know what dungeon we're gonna get. We've had Dire Maul a couple of times. Hi, kitty. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning, Aesop. How are you? I had a lovely walk this morning. We had very nice weather. Well, we're in Stratholme. Sounds good. I can probably... Oh no, it's just the dungeon. I can't use that ability, and I can still Heart of Azeroth people focused Azerite beam in BFA. These I was finding were giving me over half a level each, so, you know, maybe 17 or so of them to get from 70 to 80. Which isn't something that you're going to do in like a half an hour, but it's also really not bad. Because the dungeons themselves were going pretty quick. I feel like they were under 20 minutes each. And with the right group, they might be well under 20 minutes. Good, there's a storm here. Just got back from a walk and coffee. Settling in for the day. Nice. I'm pretty comfy. I'm slowly getting things like cleaned up post-Christmas. Like getting like gifts sorted away and figuring out where things are going to go and getting like the recycling all squared away and done. I want to like deep clean, but I don't really know when I'm expecting to do this. It would be nice to kind of get into my fridge and my pantry and stuff and get rid of anything that's old and then kind of figure out a bit of a meal plan and go grocery shopping, because I'm in like the dregs stage of my groceries where I've just been topping up on the stuff that I use a lot of, like the staples. But all of the things that you use only sometimes I feel like are of indeterminate age. And maybe it's time for them to go. So much mess still living in denial. I mean, I still have a nylon carrot on my desk. This is Moose's. But if I let him keep it, he will consume it. So I you know what I should do is I should put it with the rest of his toys. Which are, to be honest with you, the toys that Moose has that are like out of rotation are not even in one place. Like half of them are in my like TV cabinet cupboard, and then half of them are in one of my kitchen cupboards. And there's really no rhyme or reason as to which ones are where. Just doesn't make any sense. That's why I want to tear everything apart and start fresh. I got as a gift one of these enormous tumbler things, and I have to decide, I'm using it to decide if I like it enough to replace my water bottle, because I don't really have room to keep both of them, because they're both quite large metal containers. This one's pretty fancy. It's green. Plus, my water bottle does, like, leak. It's for sure not watertight anymore if you knock it over, which is kind of part of the appeal of using a bottle and not just, like, a big cup, so. Annoyed at myself for procrastination. Only started farming the rest of the achievements this week. Didn't know the photo portals only change every few days. Yeah, hopefully they bring that back. I feel like they might, but I don't know anything for sure, of course. I didn't really do the achievements. I did most of the vendor stuff. Oh, I keep thinking I need to, well, do I really care? I was gonna say the Chromie ensemble, there's like a shoulder, and then I don't know what goes with it, maybe a belt, I don't know. There's like a shoulder thing that you can get that's sort of temporal. And I need to just look up, I think it's probably just like a little quest line. So many nice things. Sure, it looks great as well. It's another gifty. And I like it very much. Very soft, very fuzzy. I wanted a new flannel. I've been wanting a new flannel actually for a while, so it's exciting. But yeah, definitely some organization. Some organization needed around here. Maybe actually, I think I'm pretty caught up with laundry. I've been like slowly doing laundry and then folding bits of it here and there, so the laundry's not too bad. I may have more clothes than fits in my little cardboard dresser, though. So I might need to go through and see what kind of things I don't want to wear anymore. Fuzzy good. Nothing quite beats new clothes feeling. It's one of my guilty pleasures, because it's obviously not sustainable to have new clothes all the time, but whenever I do have them, I'm like, I get to wear my new shirt. Happy, happy, happy. That boss is not stunnable, which makes sense because most of them are not. My pet's doing okay over here? Yeah. Oh, got some Time Warp badges. If only you could hire a German overseer named Hans to lord over you and make you do chores. This sounds like a reference to like a fairy tale or some other piece of media that I am not familiar with because I do not get it. Oh, the gate's just open. That's nice. Maybe that gate was always open. And back. Welcome back. It's that German accent. Oh. I'm a little lost, but that's okay. I'm often lost. Coffee good? Coffee all gone. I wonder if this BFA meta is going to be the last thing that I need a Horde specific character for. Or if there'll be any benefit later to me kind of having a Horde character set up. There probably isn't. Speaking of Germanic accents, Tank's name would be pronounced Osiris. Yeah, people, I mean, maybe they intended that. People like using the accented characters to get names that they couldn't get without them. Drives me batty because it makes it really hard to mail something to them if you don't have like an add-on that lets you copy-paste it from somewhere else in the game. I don't know all the codes. And honestly, even when I've looked up the codes, sometimes I'm confused about using the codes to make the characters. I did have a few names like that back in the day, but there was one of my early characters in Cataclysm that had an accent in her name. I put it there because I wanted the accent to reflect in the pronunciation, which really is an unrealistic expectation for WoW pugs, where you're lucky if they even try to say your name. But I was annoying. I was really obnoxious, so I would be like, actually, it makes this sound. That's what her name is, and people were like, yeah, okay. Cool, dude. So I've kind of given up on that. I go short, I go simple, and I go no accents. Use it in places in O. For someone who has that letter in their alphabet is both hilarious and weird. Hi, kitty. You turning around? You gonna tan your other side? Hi. How you doing? I was skeptical of the large straw tumbler trend because, which is a bit rich of me. It just seemed like very, very large sippy cups for adults. And I was like, well, I have a water bottle with a straw in it. Is that not just the same thing? And it's very similar. But the one point of favor I will give to the enormous sippy cup, amongst several, it's a lovely gift. But the one thing I will say is that it fits in the cup holder, which the water bottle did not fit in the cup holder. I had to get a smaller, lower capacity water bottle to fit in the cup holder. And this would keep a lot more water with me. I love having my own water bottle with me when I'm driving. It's like a weird, I mean, it's just nice to stay hydrated, but it's also kind of like a comfort thing for me to be able to just like drink a little water at like a stoplight or something like that. And this would hold an awful lot of it. You've been in pugs where they don't just refer to you as your class or your role. Hey, healer, over here. How privileged. As the person who knocks over their water bottle all the time doesn't leak. Yeah, I'm kind of coming around. I'm kind of coming around. Hi, sweetie. Hi, how you doing? I was gonna say you're not on camera, but you are. You are. You look very cute today. She's been like really hungry recently. She's been just crushing through food, which is fine by me. How is Miss Kier doing? Hungry. Chomp, 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 chomp. Would you say the concept of a large strawed adult sippy cup holds water? I would say that. And it took my brain an extra 10 seconds. Well, I don't know about 10 seconds, but an extra beat to decode your sentence. Which does make sense. It is correct. There's nothing wrong with your sentence, but my brain did not want to have it be the way that it was. Joke's on you. She looks cute every day. This is true. Buy water at the store once a month. Use the bottle. One of the spouts you can close by pressing it down. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm level 72. I can get another hero talent, actually. That's kind of exciting. Sure. Those will probably help me do substantially more damage, it seems. You'd think? Maybe? Although, it's hard to get excited about damage upgrades in talents because you can't escape the feeling as you're leveling that when you get to a certain level and you unlock the ability to have a talent, that your character is kind of scaled to expect you to have it anyway. Because you never really feel like you're doing that much more. Like, the only thing that really makes my character feel stronger or less strong while I'm leveling is my item level relative to my level. Like, my gear matters, but like, or the stats of my gear, because some things are itemized weirdly, but like my actual level, I've never really felt, because everything scales with you. So it kind of takes the oomph out of feeling like your character's progressing. We have recycling depots here as well. People will collect their bottles and cans and take them back, or people will set them out, and then on like city recycling days, people will like go through people's recycling and like collect all of the returnable stuff and then take it to the depot themselves. It's a whole sub-industry. Drink out of whatever bottle my drink of choice comes in. 12 years I've lived here. I've knocked over 1 can of Monster, 1 bottle of water, which was actually because of my cat's butt. I like the idea of a water bottle large enough to carry your daily minimum. Fill it up in the morning, make sure it's empty before night. I've not ever really, like, tried to measure the amount of water I drank. But I think that's because oh, my pet's died. I drink as, like, a nervous habit. So I get through, if I'm home and I'm comfortable, I'm going to get through a lot of water. Just because I always have it on me. And it's just kind of there. But yeah, I do like having large ones because then I don't have to worry about filling it up constantly. So people have money, the incentive of getting money back for each bottle or can. And that's why people will go and collect them. If somebody doesn't feel that it's worth their time to take the things back, then they'll just set them out with their regular recycling, and then somebody else will go pick them up. That kind of thing. It'll usually be about 5 cents per. But yeah, I don't know if they do it everywhere, but they certainly do it here in Canada. I got a transmog. I didn't have that one before. Nice. Okay. I don't know what I want to do here. Maybe clean out my bags, get myself back in queue, probably. Sounds good. Another time walking dungeon. Besides, once we've done 5, we're gonna get another quest done, as well as some goodies, transmogs and whatnot. A little weekly quest to do. And these are done. Ready to face Colin as Azeroth tank. Yeah, I agree. Recycling and like waste management varies wildly from place to place. It was kind of a culture shock for me coming back here from having been in Oregon, because in Oregon, in the places that I lived, you would have a recycling thing and maybe a glass thing for recycling glass, maybe, and then trash, like just general combined waste. And there was no like sort of citywide, or at least not in places that I was living, there was no like municipal compost or green waste pickup. And here we have we do have like green bins, so you'll have your recycling and then your glass recycling, and your recycling is going to be split into papers and plastics, and then you've got your green waste, and you've got your regular trash. But by the time you've taken all those things out, your regular trash isn't very many things, which is kind of nice. And the other thing that I really like is because most of the stuff that smells in trash is the organics waste that is compostable. If you're able to separate out and compost all of it, your trash doesn't actually smell as much. You don't have to take it out all the time. But yeah, and then I also pull some of my own compostables from the regular compost to give to my worm bin. And then my worms turn it into compost and I put it on my garden pots. I really like that. One day if I had like an actual like compost like a bin or tumbler or heap or something like that, that would be really fun. Of all the places I've been, Victoria has the most efficient waste management program. Yeah, I'm a fan. Works for me. Takes some getting used to though. And I've had people visiting that live in other places. They're like, wait, where does this thing go again? There's like a little bit of stress originally as you try to figure it. Like you don't want to put something in the wrong container, and there's a bunch of different ones. But once you get the hang of it, it's no problem. Need to read the book. But the book's so cute. It's got little graphics on it. Plus there's an app you can get too that'll like remind you when they're picking things up and give you the addresses for all the places you can take stuff to if you want. There's even a number you can call. Ask all your recycling questions too. How do you deal with compost waste in an apartment? Mandated green bins, but we don't have one. There's gonna need to be a place for it to go. They sell here, like people will have kind of like a little thing under their kitchen counter usually, and then you put bags in it, like compostable waste bags, and then there needs to be like a bigger green bin for it to go. If you don't have that, then you're gonna have problems. If it's just been implemented, then your building might need to set up some infrastructure for it. Trying to get a compost program going. Help a lot of our trash problems. You have to take compost to a green market, which isn't accessible. Yeah, you gotta make things manageable or else people aren't gonna do it. There we go. But I get excited about compost because, like, recycling is great as well, and some recycling does happen and things do get recycled. But just because something made it into a recycling bin is not a guarantee that it is going to be recycled, and also the efficiency of recycling varies wildly depending on what kind of thing it is that's getting recycled. Whereas with compost, if you have like a thing and it turns back into dirt and then you can grow something out of the dirt, it's, you know, it's a lot. It just seems less like there's less, I don't know, it seems cleaner. Ironic because it's dirt. What am I doing? I'm going back to Zildazar is what I'm doing. Okay. No one sorts anything, just dumps the trash into the first container. What am I doing? I'm going... Let's see.
The war chiefs will be done.
Meet Galleons. Okay. How are we coming along here? War campaign. I'm basically using BTW quests as a big "are we there yet" button. Just like checking in to see if something's finished or not. It's not. You're no. It's not finished, and it won't be if I keep checking. You just got to keep going. Maybe one day I'll have some garden and compost space where I can grow more of my food in my yard. That would be really cool. I grow some amount of food in containers right now, but it's really just like little garnishy things like some raspberries and some herbs and rosemary and oregano and basil and I mean yummy things, don't get me wrong, but it's not like a it's not like a big percentage of my diet or anything. I did potatoes a year or two ago. And it was very exciting, and they came out very well. They were very delicious, but they were I was so like pleased with it that I like gave a lot of them away. Like I was like, look, I grew potatoes. Do you want some potatoes? And I like gave them to all my family, and I think we kept like one meal's worth of potatoes. And yeah, not exactly overhauling my grocery bill. You can keep them a long time. They store well. It's hard for me to store things like that because often they want you to store them at like cooler temperatures and in the dark in like a garage or something. And I don't have a garage. I'm in an apartment. Everything is going to be kind of warm. So I won't get the same kinds of storage times on things like potatoes and onions that you would if you could keep them someplace that was like another 10 degrees cooler. It's a bit tricky that way. I have not been using my quest item, and that's going to have to change. Have you noticed the store-bought russet potatoes have a thicker skin? I haven't. But mine are fairly local. Mine don't come from very far away, so they might not be the same ones that you're getting. Mine are from the island, I'm pretty sure. We have potato farms up by Comox and stuff. Maybe I need to do it while they're alive. Let's try that. Oh, that is more effective. Okay, I can do that. That'll work. Prefer the Yukon Golds. I've been making potatoes into chowders. Did I tell you guys I made a crab corn chowder with some of the crab that I caught? I had like vacuum sealed frozen crab, and I you know defrosted it, reheated it, and shelled it all and made it. Not all of it, but like 2 crabs worth, and then made a batch of a crab corn chowder. And it was really yummy. It was so good, but it's a lot of legwork to shell or shuck, or I don't know what the verb is, but to shell crab for making into a soup. And I found that no matter how hard I tried, from cracking the crab, there were still going to be like tiny fragments of crab shell that ended up in it, so you kind of had to watch your teeth when you were eating it, which wasn't ideal. I don't know if I would serve that to like company, but it was so tasty. But it is hard to crack cleanly. I think I need more practice. Although the good news is I have more crab. Oh, I didn't pick up both quests. Oopsies. What was the main course? That was the main course. When I make something for dinner, I'm kind of a, wow, look, I made a dish. Let's eat the dish. Good for me, I cooked kind of person. I don't know, it's a day that there's more than one thing made is kind of a really fancy day. Is soup as a meal controversial? I don't think so. We had soup for Christmas dinner at my mom's place. She made like a smoked salmon chowder. Chowder, bread, meal, done. Bang. If I have soup, then I feel like that's the meal. I'm not gonna have soup and something else. Although I know people like will sell like soup in a sandwich, but then it would be like just like a little bit of soup, you know. I eat soup as a meal all the time. Thanks, guys. Sometimes I'll make the bread myself too. I made a fresh bread to bring to my mom's for the Christmas dinner, and that was pretty good. And I kind of want to make another one. A lot of restaurants have soup as an appetizer. Yeah, well, never fancy. Not a family that does a ton of side dishes except for special occasions. My brother-in-law cooks, made a wonderful holiday meal that we went to last night. And he does like all the side dishes. He did like stuffing and Brussels sprouts and mashed potatoes and gravy, and it was all vegetarian, which was amazing because it's so cool to be able to go to an event like that and being like, I'm gonna have a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this, and just being able to have a little bit of everything. There was like he did like a pastry butternut squash wreath, which was amazing with like I don't know, might have like goat cheese and squash, and it was really yummy. He's very talented. My sister picked a good one. I have never made a bread bowl. Bread bowls I find are something that I like more in concept than in execution. I like the visual of a bread bowl, but I don't actually like the experience of a bread bowl. I'd rather just have bread in my soup. I do not have a pasta maker. I do have a KitchenAid, but I've never bought one of the attachments for it because they're like $1 million. And I'm gonna make pasta twice. I'm gonna spend $1 million on it, and I'm gonna use it once because it's new, and then a second time out of guilt, and then never again. Recently fell in love with roasted Brussels sprouts. It sounds pretty good. One of my favorite dishes as a kid was my aunt's veggie soup. Made it because veggies were cheaper than meat. Make a big batch, feed the family for a couple days. Soup is absolutely a full meal. Whenever I've done hand-rolled pasta in the past, I can't get it thin enough, and or like I'm too lazy to get it thin enough, and it ends up being kind of gummy because they're not thin enough. That's the appeal of the mechanical roller for me, is that like when I just try to roll it out myself, a little too thick, a little gummy, and then I've gotten a bit ill that way before, so I don't really worry about it. Made a smoky tomato butter Brussels sprout dish. Oh, I'm coming over for holidays. You guys gotta save me a seat. Holy moly. I'm gonna have to innovate in the realm of melted and pressed panini style sandwiches with the panini press that I've ordered. I don't have it yet. I got it on a Boxing Day sale, so it's gonna come around New Year's, but I'm very excited. At the very least, we eat grilled cheese semi-regularly. We eat grilled cheese as like a lunch thing pretty often, and then I also love a good tuna melt. So I feel like even just between those two things, at least I already eat some things that are probably gonna be usable in this device. Maybe it'll be good. Repel the mech army. Okay. I keep thinking, I don't remember this. Obviously you don't remember it. You didn't do it. That's why you're doing it now. Silly streamer. Excited to hear what you think. We've debated on them a lot. Don't know about another kitchen gadget because I have so many. Yeah. The only reason I really relented, because I was also stuck on that point for a while of being like, I don't need another doodad, was the thought of A, it's on sale, and B, it's Christmas. You know, what better time to get a doodad that you're not sure that whether or not you actually need. Yeah, I'm sure I won't shut up about it once I get it. It's, I ordered the Cuisinart one, which also, like, lays flat, and you can swap out grill plates, so apparently you can actually, like, griddle things on it. Although, I have a stove and a pan, so, like, if I wanted to make pancakes, I can just do that normally. I don't know what the appeal of doing it on appliances is. Maybe if I don't know, had it in a hotel? Why am I making pancakes in a hotel? Whose life do I think I'm living? Love the tuna melt. I've also made it with salmon. Going those kitchen stores that have hundreds of gadgets that you never knew existed. When I first moved here, I bought a cookie scoop thing, which is like an ice cream scoop with the squeezy thing that like makes it pop out the scoop, except that it's tiny. It's for cookie dough. And I thought I was gonna be some kind of like cookie maven. I thought I've moved, I'm living my new life, I'm in my new place, I'm gonna make cookies. I I don't really make cookies that often. And when I do, they're not usually drop cookies. They're usually rolled cookies, like gingerbread or shortbread or something. Maven, M-A-V-E-N. Cookie Maiden sounds like a great brand, though. I have a cookie scoop too, doesn't work. I mainly use mine for ice cream. I use it for making cute little tiny scoops of ice cream whenever I'm serving ice cream. So it does work. It does, you know, it does earn its keep, but not so much with the cookie dough. Love to make a roasted veggie grilled cheese. Zucchini eggplant. The trouble with that is that zucchini especially is very high water content, so you gotta really... I wonder if you would need to pre-grill the zucchini to stop it from being too soggy. You know, I'm always cautious about it on a sandwich. You gotta have somewhere for all that water to go. Big red button. Big red button? Big red button. Needs pre-cooking. I applaud anybody that has the patience to do that. Pre-grill the veggies. Oh, you can't open it. Mama? You want to come up. I know you do. I can tell. Right there. That's the stuff. That's too much effort for a sandwich I only thought about 5 minutes ago. Yeah. I relate to that energy. I'm not above making for like a lunch or a dinner or something, just like pasta noodles, like the cheap ones from the store that you buy in like 2-kilogram bags with pre-canned tomato sauce. I don't even buy the jarred pasta sauce because the glass jars are heavy and they're more expensive. I buy pasta sauce in big tin cans. And then I put some of that on. And then I'm like, wow, I made food. Yum yum. Hi. When was the last time I bought an eggplant? I don't think I bought an eggplant in years and years. They're a bit intimidating. Hi. I love cucumber though. I just have fresh cucumber fairly often. Hi. Oh, you're so cute. How'd you get wet? You dip your head in your water bowl? In pasta, parm crusted eggplant. Oh, what a cutie. This is quite a long quest flight. My mech did not win because my faction ran out of gas. Call for roadside assistance. I've never done this quest. Pushing a button. Try calling roadside assistance again. Oh my god. This is too real. Keep pushing buttons until something happens. Zucchini, eggplant, and pizza. Again, pre-grill them requires more effort. One of these days, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna roast a red pepper. Never done it before. I know that when I get a pizza or like a sandwich or something and it has roasted red peppers on it, maybe with like a little goat cheese, I know I'm in for a good time. And I know it's not a difficult thing to do, but I don't think I've ever actually broken it and done it before. I bought them before, like pre-roasted and then like preserved in a jar or something like that, but like, you know, I have peppers, I have an oven, I have Google, I can probably figure it out. I have made portobello burgers. They're not my favorite. They're fine. They're a bit awkward to eat unless you get like the perfectly sized mushroom cap. Stuffed roasted red bell pepper is fantastic, and they're easy to make. Wanted to make my own roasted red pepper hummus, never gotten around to it. Well, if you have any time off coming up, sometimes it's nice to have a little project like that. Alright, we are... Oh, I'm pulled. Oopsies. Sorry. Back in Stratholme, but we're on the other side of Stratholme this time. This is Time Walking Dungeon 4 of 5 for me. I gave up on hummus. I love chickpeas, but I don't like the taste of tahini, which is bizarre because I really like sesame seeds, but what are you gonna do? I've tried it a million times, it's just not my favorite thing. That's okay. There's enough of the world that likes it that people can appreciate hummus without me. Switch from hummus to baba ganoush. That's fun to say. 2 more weeks off. Think I might do that next week. Nice. Yeah, it's a lot easier to get into making something new and fancy feeling like that when you've got like some time and it's a project, as opposed to like after a long day of work when you're like, you just want to sit down and eat something. Pretty much the only way you're gonna get me to eat an eggplant. I got all kinds of fancy jams as a gift, and they're lovely. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Jam doesn't currently have a place in my everyday life, and they have like all these pairing suggestions on them. But it's just, I don't know. I've got like some of them are savory and some, I mean they're all sweet, but like I've got like a roasted red pepper one, and there's a blackberry one, and there's like a rose strawberry one. And they sound lovely. I just don't know. Cheese, TBH. Homemade biscuits, slap it on a homemade sourdough toast. I don't really do toast on jam. Jam on toast. I could do biscuits. It's like a really desserty thing though. I need like I need like 3 months of eating healthy to kind of balance out the holidays. I have a tin in my freezer that's got like these caramel walnut things, and it's got lemon bars, and it's got shortbread, and it's got gingerbread. And it's all amazing, and it all I need I need to just eat clean for a while to balance it out so I can feel a little better in my body. It's not that I feel big or anything. I just feel a little, I don't know, inflated. Inflamed, maybe. That's the word. Inflammation. There's always the PB&J. I'd rather just have the peanut butter. I don't know. Savory jam can be a great sauce additive. Roasted red pepper and toast with a fried egg. Yeah, maybe. It's not weird that it's gonna be like sweet with egg? Sugary eggs? I mean, I guess I eat sugary eggs all the time. They're just in, like, I don't know, a dessert. We also have birthday cake in the freezer too. So many sweets. Hello? We're in jail. There we go. People eat pancakes with eggs all the time. Pancakes are usually sweet. I guess so. I guess it's just not the kind of thing that I do anymore, really. When I was a kid, I used to be confused when people would have like a plate that had like sausages and eggs and pancakes and stuff. I was like, wait, are you eating sweet food or are you eating savory food? Pick one. I guess kids are sometimes weird about food. But yeah, they're local, so I'm sure they're really good. Lots of experience. I love this title of my hunter's name. I think it's so cool that it appends onto the name with an apostrophe. I love that. Bacon and blueberry jam together? It's not unheard of. I see. Do cheese and crackers like a vegetarian charcuterie. That might be the move. A little goat cheese, a little bit of jam, a little bit of a savory cracker. That might be yummy. Oh, sorry, kitty. You okay? You good? I know, I moved. It was very rude of me. Wish we could do apostrophes or spaces in our names in WoWs. I've been waiting for years. Yeah, that always throws me a little bit whenever I play a non-WoW game, and I'm like, wait, I could give myself a name that has a space? I could have like a first and a middle name and just have them be both up there? Wouldn't mind if we could have first names in WoW. Some games that I've played will have like a family name. Like you have one name for your account, and then all of your alts will have that as like a last name, kind of. I always thought that was kind of a cool concept. I like that. Like having family names kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Nope, I'm getting all these too. There's a big group bonus for experience. Why is that? Because that's just damage healing, and that's just the dungeon finder luck of the draw. Make a character who canonically has the last name Jenkins. Problem solved.
Target change.
Yeah, the other thing that family names would do in games like that was kind of identify all of the alts to the same character a little bit to other people, which is not great if you wanted to be just undercover and not talk to anybody and not let anybody know that you're online and just like play a different character. But it was kind of an interesting defense against like somebody using a bunch of characters to message somebody or to harass somebody. You would immediately know it was them because of the name. If you were to try to do such a thing. What if you could choose to add the family name or not? Like a checkbox. Warlock named Doomskull, and I use the malicious title as a first name. Sure, the Eridar warlock named Malicious Doomskull is super friendly. Yeah, they're just misunderstood. Doomskull's a great warlock name. I like that. Alright, A-bomb time. This is the dungeon I thought we were in before, where I was like, well, don't we need to do the other side and clear the ziggurats? Nope. Sure don't. What if I made one more alt and it was a goblin, and then I had all my alts forever? It won't be forever. They'll make a new allied race, then I'll need something new. They always do sooner or later. It's just a tiny bit out of shot, but Kira's got her paw lifted up and hooked onto my wrist. She's holding my hand. You're such a sweet kitty cat. You're so friendly and lovely. My nephew really likes her. When he comes over, he wants to see the cat. He gives her nice little gentle pets. Good afternoon, Hazel. Late to stream. Still working on the BFA meta. Got the leveling bug. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I'm queuing for these time walking dungeons, which seem to be really good leveling. And then in between Q pops, I've been doing the BFA war campaign, the Horde war campaign. So I'm level 70 to nearly 73. And been making some progress over here. Cat Lovins is the best. Leveling a Volpera before the event ends. Wow, do small races feel faster on foot? They really do. They really do. I love making gnomes for that reason. especially like if you're when you're just running around at first as like a level 1. No warriors feel like they're going so fast because you charge and you're just like water skiing across the snow. I guess that would be water skiing. That would be just skiing. Get my metaphors straight. How does Kira do with small child attention? She did well enough. She definitely like was kind of like, what are you doing? And like sort of ducked under it and wandered away. But she didn't like run or swat or hiss or anything. Part of her trouble was that she can't see, so she doesn't see it coming. And it's hard for somebody with you know, toddler coordination to like approach gently enough for her to know that you're there. So he did very nice gentle pets, and he did get to stroke the cat a bit, but she definitely like left. It might be different if she could see him. I have a little sling I wear when I'm gaming that my boy Gandalf will curl up in and sleep while I game. Oh, that's so cute. He used to swear that Tauren had a slower running speed. I think it's funny that compared to how tall so many of the races are, my orc feels kind of short when they're, I feel like canonically pretty big, right? Like orcs are supposed to be huge if I remember the Warcraft. I mean, not that the Warcraft movies are a really reliable source of canon, but like they're supposed to be quite tall. But, you know, with all the elves and trolls and Tauren and stuff running around, and like the Drakthir and whatever, and the Draenei, like I feel tiny. I feel petite. Maybe somebody will get them out. I don't need it, but maybe somebody does. Nope. Level 73 though. And a bit. Now cows are the biggest race. Zandalari trolls, yeah, super tall.
Claim to all resources in this area. Take what is ours.
Okay. I wonder if I should fix my talents, just pop myself into the starter build. Because I don't know what I picked. Yeah, more or less. It wants me to take Call of the Wild. I might spec that out for something else. If I pop those two back, just because it's a cooldown that I'm probably not going to use. Just trying to find something passive that's going to do good damage for me. Yeah, sure, why not? You're right, seeing you do this makes me miss BFA. It's such a fun X-Pack. I think undead and non-Zandalari trolls could use a visit to the chiropractor like orcs. Need 2 world quests to be done with Island Time. Getting out of hand, and Volpera for a day. Watching 3 to 4 weeks now, either missed it or just never up. That's annoying. I think that's going to happen to me as well. There's going to be some things that just wall me world quest wise. There's already some like rares that I need that are only up when their world quests are up that I'm just going to have to keep an eye out for. But until I get like closer to being done, I don't think I'm going to have a good grip on which ones are which. Maybe I should make a point to whenever I'm in a zone, just do any like named mob world quest, because some of those are going to be rares that are only up when their world quests are up. You know. Tempestria. Perhaps. Whiplash was up yesterday if you need him. That one took 4 weeks too, and Storm Song. Let me see. Croaker. Dagris. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Am I making any gold here? A little bit, actually, just from like quest completion and vendoring greens and stuff. Actually, I should keep an eye on these. These might be upgrades for me, these blues that I'm getting from, yeah, blues that I'm getting from time walking. Huge upgrades. Same thing with that cape. And the ring. Yeah, and the ring. Seal of Rivendare. That's going on. I forgot that those things were probably going to be boosts for me. That puts me to 394, and it makes my transmog an absolute tragedy. Fix that. I believe I can finish this war campaign today. I think I can do it. Oscar, thank you very much for the 52-month resub. Very much appreciated. I hope you're having a lovely holiday season. What are we doing? We're wrecking an Alliance airship. Tragedy? I prefer to call it a fashion statement. Thank you. You know, if you think about like a Shakespearean tragedy, that's just a work of art. Some of them are masterpieces. They've got something to say. You're absolutely right. Hello, Hazel in chat. Hello. Happy late December. Happy end of the year. I don't know what I'm doing for New Year's yet. I have to decide how boring I'm going to be. I like being pretty boring. I think last year I just like put on my pajamas and went to bed at 10 o'clock like normal and had a nice time. There's something very appealing about the idea of starting the new year well rested and like hydrated, you know? It's a nice fantasy. It's a Picasso painting if you squint. So am I just, yeah. Serving in Blackrock in honor-bound fashion. New Year's is less fun when you hate people in loud places. I just don't really have it. It's not like I have a party to go to. And sometimes it's nice to go to bed on time. I like my bedtime routine. It's nice. I like reading my book. It's been cold enough recently that I've been wearing like my fuzzy jammies to bed too. That's been kind of nice. Got a fake SOS lure Mechtork out here. Found out that New Year's just another day. I like reflecting a lot at New Year's. Not so much like making specific resolutions anymore, but I like kind of taking time to think about like what happened in my last year. Sometimes I'll go through like all my photos from the previous year or like my journal entries and kind of taking stock of like where I started and what kind of things I wanted that I set out to do and what kind of things I actually did, and kind of thinking about what I might like to do in the upcoming year. I like taking time to think about all that. I mean, I think about all that anyways because it's a lot easier to reflect than it is to make changes in your life, but New Year's is a particularly good time for it. Be outside. I don't really do anything. Don't like being on the road with all the possible drinking and driving. Prefer staying home. Farewell to arms. Where are they going? Just like that fresh start feeling. I do it twice a year. I do the fresh start feeling at New Year's, and I get it on my birthday as well, because, you know, that's like your personal New Year's. Even though my birthday's only like 3 months before New Year's. But yeah, you get your fresh start there, and then you get to try again over again in January. Okay. I need to take a short break. That's what I need to do. I'm going to pop my shoes on and see if Kitty Cat, oh, she's right here. See if she wants to take the chair for a second, and I will be right back. Meow. That's a good spot. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to me. Let's see here. Farewell to Arms is the BFA meta achievement that they've added recently. This is how far in I am, which looks closer than it actually is. It's quite the undertaking. You want to come sit in my lap again? Any way to get at least one set from the event? What do you mean? The anniversary event? Like the tier 2 sets? Not that far off. Well, I mean, it looks all fine and good until you go in and then you're like, oh, I need lots of these, and then, oh, I need, like, lots of these. And that's not even the part that I'm really working on right now. Alright, let's queue up for one more time walking dungeon. And we are heading back to Zuldazar as we keep chipping through this war campaign here. Do I have Expedition Leader? That's a great question. Let me see. Expedition Leader. Is that going to be one of these up top ones? It is, and I do. I got that in 2019. That's nice. That's convenient. Love to see that. Worst parts is needing exalted with the Sandalari Empire. That's why I dug this character out from my past, because she was at least, like, revered with the Empire, and I knew I was going to need to get it done on something. Alright, so we're going back to Tiergard Sound. Don't tell me I finished the sippy cup already. It's 40 ounces. Must not have filled it up all the way. Where am I going? This way. Yeah, you have to have Horde and you have to play Horde and Alliance for the BFA one in particular. However, I've been having a lot of fun playing through all of this. It's actually been kind of cool. Sort of satisfying to go back and do after the fact. There are worse things. Balance of Power I think I did back in the day. I wasn't happy about it because I thought I was going to be able to skip it, and then it turns out that I needed it for something after all. But I think that part I might be done with. Some of those are dailies or weeklies. There are some things that have time gating. There's some world quests that you need to have spawn, and there's no real telling when they're going to show up. And then for things like the Najatar meta, there's one part of the Najatar meta that needs you to do a different thing every week for 12 weeks. So that one just has... You got to just keep at that for some time. They did go through and make some things easier, though. They definitely nerfed a couple of things on it. When they made Balance of Power account-wide, it was relieving, but I had also done it on multiple tunes by then. Arts achievements I had to do were Truffles in Stormsong and the potions in Drustvar. Yeah. My main thing is to kind of chip away at the zone achievements while I'm doing prerequisites for war stories, and then once I have those done, once I've got those sorted, to go in and like pick a zone and then start like really chunking away at the meta achievement. But it's been kind of fun. It's been kind of cool to be back here. I didn't think I was gonna play this character again. And BFA was when I actually played this. Why do I want to do these? What is my problem? Why do I feel a need to do the assault? I don't think I do. I don't think I need that for anything. I think I can leave that one alone. There's too many things to do it all over again. Uh-oh. I forgot to pick something up. Oopsies. They're trivial quests, and while I am tracking them and I can see them, they definitely get away from me sometimes. Volatile Azeroth. There it is. Okay. Here, I'll back up a little bit so you can lay down. Loyalty to the Horde has burned me. I really mainly played Alliance back then, which is why I have so much of this left to do. What is this telling me? Just a regular treasure chest spawn point, I think. I think I'm not spec'd into that anymore. Okay. It'll be really funny if I get this hunter to 80 and then decide, you know what, I am going to play this alt, and I start doing like delves and stuff because I have a hunter at 80. You know, I made one just to play as an alt in the War Within, and at some point I just decided it didn't count and it wasn't a real alt and I wanted to level something else. And I'm theoretically just doing this for like the achievements, but it'll be really funny if I get it to 80 and I'm like, you know what I needed was a Horde hunter. That makes all the difference. That's definitely not exactly the same thing. Oh, hang on. I need to disable that command. Those Warcraft direct drops are long over. Those are not in effect anymore. I mean, the linked article should have the dates on them, but here. I'm gonna go fix that command right now. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, hang on. There's a scenario to do here. There we go. Maybe make that Magcar a Beastmaster for the bonus. I think I might just be a Beastmastery hunter.
I will create the disguise.
Because, yeah, they get the pet damage, right? I'm pretty sure that's one of my racials. I mean, I have Ancestral Call, which apparently I have not been using. There we go. Passives. Sympathetic Vigor is pet health. I think it's regular orcs that get pet damage. And then I get reduced duration of poisons, diseases, and curses. Pet health by 10%. Interesting. Mixing it up with other kinds of orcs. I am in disguise. A lot of people I know are making new goblins just for Undermine. I'm still thinking about it, although if I was gonna do it, really before the anniversary event ends would be a good time because like these experience bonuses are so good. But I don't know what kind of goblin I want. I was thinking about a warlock, but I don't know if that's a good idea or just because I was playing a warlock in classic. Normal orcs get the extra pet damage, yeah. Yeah, that kind of makes Magco orcs sound not as great. Do we have any... What are the good racials? Do we have anything really good? Open skies? Ooh, mount speed. 10% mount speed. That's exciting. Didn't know about that. I don't know if it's if that really matters though, if skywriting speed caps you anyway. Send the guards away, take the master key.
Travel afoot. Keep your powder dry.
Proceed, prisoner.
Do not get fooled. It's 1% pet damage. Not enough to make a decision. Be nice to roll one to kill Yellowix to get your revenge from the Kata starting experience. Probably doesn't work with skywriting.
Ashbane is here.
I remixed him as a Goblin Shaman. I'll be dusting him off again for 11.1. I had a Goblin, what did I make? Might have been a Hunter, actually. I think I had a Goblin Hunter in Remix. I guess I could play that. Are all of my alts gonna be Hunters? Why is the answer yes? Hunter just feels to me like the class that I can always play well enough to kind of like quest around on and get by with. Even if I haven't really like checked out the changes in the last 10 years, you know? Like I always feel like I can just kind of play it well enough that I'm getting something done. Alright, I need to be freeing prisoners here. Goblin Shamans are funny. They make their elementals sign contracts. I wonder what happens if my time walking dungeon queue pops while I'm in here. If it'll pause or if it'll just, if I have to decline it. I might need to decline it because I want to finish this scenario and not be halfway through it. I don't think they'll let me keep partial progress. Does not sound like them. You fire elemental. Burn my enemies and I'll get you some primo cash and coal. Set explosives in the drain and escape through the drain. Need to go down a level somehow. Assuming we're not just jumping. Maybe I shouldn't assume that we're not just jumping. There's gotta be stairs around here somewhere. Those stairs go up. We're going down. We'll find it. Stairs going down, stairs going down. There we go. That's the stuff. Ret Paladin Hunters are like Granny returning. Like a Granny to returning players. Always there for you. Aim shot, always gonna aim shot. Kill command, always gonna kill command. I just like knowing that as long as I have a lot of passive talents on a hunter, there's always going to be like my pets are always going to be doing damage. As long as I can set my pets on something, even if I haven't remembered what I'm doing yet, my pets are going to remember what they're doing. You know, they'll get the damage done. That's always nice. Toldagor jump scare. Yeah, it's all right. We'll be out of here. We'll be out of here in no time. We're just escaping. Pretty sure we. Actually, I don't know. Just getting out of here. I ran this so many times for, I think it was for a piece of gear for a speed set. Might have been a speed set, might have been a time walking set. So I've got 35 seconds until this finishes. I wonder if I can get away with, here, we'll use our racial. That'll make the difference. Ashvane delivered. If I can, like, finish the achievement. Here we go. Or the scenario, rather. In the next 17 seconds? Here we go. And we're good. Made the dungeon queue in time. Perfect. Ooh, and Sulfurak. I love Sulfurak. This is one of my favorite old dungeons. I'm almost a little sad that there's basically very little left for me to farm here, transmog-wise, although it does look like there's a couple things. I don't know if they're rare or not. I don't think I farmed this since they added like a farming transmog for other armor types. But yeah, I used to run this over and over and over and over again just because it was a cool place to get greens to sell, as well as I like the transmog that actually dropped in here. I bet you sooner or later they're gonna bring back Toldagor. What did I not like about it? I didn't mind the last boss. Actually, did they not bring back Toldagor already? They might have done it already. Plus Zul'Farrak would be nice. I wonder if they would need to, what they would need to do to it to make it modern enough for a key. Mobs would pull through floors. That's right. That's true. I would get Bombo blasted by the cannons, like the player used cannons on the top level sometimes. I remember that was a problem. Hi, sweetie pie. What you doing, Moosey Bear? You gonna lay down in here for 5 seconds? You can. That's my puppy. That's my Moosey. That's my pup. Good boy. He's been doing so many exciting things, so many social occasions, people coming over, us going over to other people. He's been having so much fun, but I think it's like really tired him out. Every time that we do get home for like an afternoon or an evening, he's just sleeping. He's just catching up and snoozing. Time for my regular shouting of the worried dog. I'm trying not to get too excited because sometimes I feel like when I get too hype, Moosey leaves. So I'm trying to be cool. Work. My pup. I remember when I got the puppy and it was, you guys just had to take my word for it for like a year because I had the, like, Moose wasn't able to come back here for the longest time. Because it was the cat zone and we had the baby gate still. And now that they're getting along, we can have both. I can have a kitty in my lap and a doggy on the dog bed, and I'm so happy. That's all I wanted. This is the best thing in the whole world. Play it cool for the Moose. It's hard looking, so cute. Oh, privacy. You're on TV, but I don't really mind. Dog's gonna dog. Sometimes I'm at the store, I'll randomly remember I have a doggy at home and get excited. I used to be at the store looking at the pet supply section, and I would have this feeling of like, oh, I wonder if Kira wants any of these things. I should text her and ask if she wants like some greenies or whatever at the store. And I would have that whole thought, and I would start to reach for my phone, and then I'd be like, oh wait, she's a cat. She doesn't have thumbs, does not have an iPhone, and yes, probably wants greenies without you having to ask. Hazel, I'm popping by to let you know I got my own tow oven for Christmas, and now I understand the hype. Nice. Congrats. My feet are in it right now. Text her anyway. Oh, sweetie bear. I don't have to text Moosey to ask what he wants. I know what he wants. He's easy to read. Want nothing more than to be able to have text convos with my cat. I feel like Moose would be the kind of texter that just like sends gifts for everything. He would just be like looking up. Oh, you getting up, buddy? Yeah, I figured. See you later. Come visit again. He would just send gifts for everything of like various creatures dancing. And then Kira would probably be like the 3 words properly capitalized and punctuated with a period, sounding like really serious. But just, you know, straightforward and to the point. Bye, Lucy Bear. He might come back, you never know. My next place, I'm gonna have to rig the scales a little bit and make my office really cozy for a dog and make the other spots not as cozy so that he might want to hang out in here more often when I'm streaming. I wonder if I make too much noise. Maybe he wants to sleep in peace and quiet without having to listen to me yammer on the microphone. Alright, we have 5 people now. This is going a lot slower, which makes me think that whoever was doing the damage in my previous dungeons was not me. Because if it was me and I was like carrying with damage, then this would also feel faster than it does right now. Island expeditions, quite the grind. Yeah, I wonder, so they want you to do all kinds of stuff. 15 of the Island expedition pets. 15 of the Alliance champions slain. Oh, that guy's rare, I think. What level are you? 73. 73 and a half. I bet you this dungeon will get me to 74. Find when you level up from 72, you do a lot less damage. That might be the case. That could be what happened. I just need to get more gear to drop from bosses and then I can put it on. Wear all the upgrades. Although, you know, you should be scaled, but scaling wonky. I hate it when you level up and get weaker. That always sucks. I'm cranky about that. Because, yeah, these are starting to get so slow that I don't know if this is... I mean, I guess anything's faster than BFA questing. That wasn't giving me relevant amounts of damage. I just want it to be moving, like, normally, I guess. These are really, really slow pulls here. And we haven't even really gotten up into the boss areas yet. Let's see, that's level 80. That person's 76, that person's 73, and our tank is level 36. Now, if 1080s from doing time walking, it is by far the fastest way. If you get 3 level 79 damage dealers, it sucks. Well, at least I can kick a heal. I'm helping. We have 3 hunters for damage dealers as it happens. Most of the time you get someone that scales well, but sometimes you get unlucky. What if I just need to try harder? Maybe if I take this as my fault, then I can, you know, put in some real effort and start getting somewhere. We've got Bestial Wrath up for our next poll. That'll be fun. Are the 3 hunter specs represented? No. They are both marksman hunters, and I am a beast mastery hunter. Nobody is survival, according to details. Also, according to details, I am not helping. The level 76 hunter is doing the vast majority of the damage. The level 80 hunter and I are rather behind in this matter. I'm working on it, though. If I can stay ahead of the tank, I'm doing alright. 2 marks? One of them will have to change. Who should tell them? I wasn't even sure that turning on details was gonna work. Cool mount. That is... Oh, that's one of the new ones. It's so easy's glider. It sucks that some of those achieves in Farewell to Arms are RNG upon RNG, like the Assault World Quest achieves. This is what I'm kind of working on now, but it's also going to be helpful for getting into the other quest lines. The 4th War. I'm torn between wanting to not do any more time walking dungeons after this one, because this will be 5. And wanting to just keep sticking myself in them, because I know that's going to be like my fastest way to get to 80 if I did want to get to 80. I don't know. I might just call it good after this, because I want to work on the questing, and I do enough damage to do fine in the questing now, especially if I get another piece of gear or 2 from this. It'll be all right. Is there any cool transmog we could get? I guess because I'm in an actual dungeon and not just like an old run, they would need to drop from me. Necrom could give me Sez's captive kickers. Says this. There we go. I'm actually quite excited for the next WoW patch. I think that once New Year's is over, everything's going to start to feel like it's happening very quickly. I could ask people to trade them, but what if they needed them, you know? Or what if they wanted them for transmog, but then they feel bad because I asked, and then the rest of their day they feel a tiny gap in their soul where they're like, oh man, I wish that well enough had just been left alone. I'm sure I can always come back and grind all these things. I wonder how I would have to frame it to make an interesting stream premise where I can spend like a whole year just grinding old dungeons and raids to try to get as much transmog as I can. Because like, the obvious one is trying to 100% instance transmog, but that kind of walks you into some really... There's going to be stuff that's like ultra rare that I don't know if I would actually want to get hung up on, you know? But it's not as much fun to say grinding 95% of the instance transmog. It's kind of a harder sell, even if that is what you want to do. I'm pretty satisfied that I'm just doing some damage for being at this level if the scaling's so bad, actually. Guy zone locking himself until he 100% zones in dungeons. It's a fun concept. With dungeons, I feel like if I was in a specific dungeon, I would just hit instance lockout, though, depending on how fast it was to run. Lord Nabble, love that series.
Let the executions begin.
Yeah, I know about the ultimate items, because Flabby and I used to do loot appraiser competitions there, and the fantasy was always that you got one of the ultra rare items to drop, and then of course you would win the loot appraiser competition. Old Nax gear alone, yeah, that would be a project.
Greetings.
See you around. Gotta bring back the all the things craze. Like with mounts, it gets super hard once you get a lot of stuff, and only the extremely hard to get ones take time, or in some cases gold. Yeah, I kind of just want to get the vast majority of stuff. I want to get all the easy things. That's kind of not as exciting of a premise. Collecting all the easy stuff, you know. Nothing that's going to be too much of a pain in the butt. Just trying to get the overall numbers up a little bit. Although I will say, the more transmog that you get, especially when you're just like filling in the pages, the longer it takes for you to make any given transmog, because you have to page through like 30 pages of shoes or whatever. Couple gold making friends that have got some, but they've done 1,000+ runs. I did end up buying the Brutosaur. Flabby gave me 1,000,000 gold for Christmas, and I got tokens, and I bought it. So I've got one. I can probably actually take the old Brutosaur off the bar. I guess it's kind of cool. Recommended way to obtain tier pieces. Which tier pieces? I guess it would just be from the instance. Or if it's a catalyzable expansion, then you could get a piece and take it to the catalyst to get tier that way. But not all expansions and tiers will have that available. How much gold does Flabby have, you think? You never know with him, because even if he's like screen sharing and you're watching him stream, he doesn't keep it all in one place. He's like I don't know, he's got... he's got resources stashed in places. It's very hard to tell, but he's got a lot of gold. He does big numbers in gold making. Keep both because I like having a repair NPC handy. Yeah, the mailbox on the new Bruto is the thing that made me cave on it. I wouldn't have bothered, I don't think, if it was just an auctioneer like the old one, because I have the old one already, and I was cranky about them selling such an expensive mount. Hey, I got the boots that I wanted. I got the captive kickers. Although they're not an upgrade for me because I did buy crafted boots, but they're transmog. Alright, I'm gonna send that goblin to go open the gate if I can find him. Where is he at? Is he going? Somebody do it already? Hello?
What can I do for you?
No, I don't want to fight them. Oh yeah, somebody did it already. Okay. Perfect. Millions or hundreds of millions? I don't know. I need friends like Flabby. Wish we had more hoods like the Kata Wizard masks. That's one thing about Flabby, is he does tend towards mystery. I should have refilled my cup when I got up. We're running low. Got another hour and 15 on stream left. I might have to take another mini break. Let's look at me at about 74 in a bit. That'll be kind of nice. Even if I do miss the window for like the anniversary event and the time walking leveling to get her to 80, if I just do, I might end up getting her to 80 the same way that I did my other hunter, which was just gathering. Just herbing and mining. Good old-fashioned herbing and mining. It's not even worth all that much gold anymore, but now that I'm not really tied to like a gold making goal, I'm no longer quite as stressed if I don't spend my concentration. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm concentration capped on my priest right now, and I'm not too worried about it. the value of it's kind of at an all-time low. What I should do is I should be concentration crafting things, banking them, and waiting for the next tier to release. That's what I should do. Am I gonna do that? I don't know, probably not. Current season's tier can be catalyzed, yes. So if you get a piece of current season gear from maybe a dungeon or a delve or lots of places actually, you can take it to the catalyst in Dornegal. It's on the ground in that like pit area that has the mining and blacksmithing sort of hut on the outside of it. There should be a little quest that points you in that direction. Hope once Undermine comes out, we can make money and raw materials again. Yeah, I think you will be. I think that's a safe bet. Nice. Alright, we got our 5 time walking dungeons done. That's happened. 2 bronze celebration tokens. And level 74. I don't know if they're going to release new consumable recipes. I'm not expecting them to. It's not... I don't know. It's a good question. But, Legend of Mechagon. So now we're doing the campaign one, so we want to go back. Should be a dockmaster right here. I think that if they did do another type of like combat potion or flask or something like that, it would be in the last patch and not in the second patch. Ooh, I got some transmog. I got Honorbound Vanguard's Shoulders, which actually kind of go with this set. You would never know those weren't part of the original set. Speak with King Rusticon. Might give us a couple based on the new renown like Loam did, but probably not a lot. I think the healing potions are fine. They heal an enormous amount of my health still. Went from 30k an hour to 10? Nullstone's worthless now. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea to hoard some of those things. And their value should pick back up again when the next tier comes out. Usually does. The values I think are especially low right now because I wasn't the only person that was trying to make gold to buy the Brutosaur with via tokens. I know that there was a number of people. There was a little trend of that going on. And some people are doing that via raw gold farming, so you had a lot of people pushing supplies into the economy when there isn't really the demand from a current raid tier to take them out. So this is probably as cheap as those mats are going to be for maybe the next year. But of course, you know, I'm no economist.
We can rout the Alliance, so long as we fight together with the Zandalari.
What they need to do is give warriors an effective means of self-healing like every other class has. Speaking with General Rakira. Mobilizing the army.
Speak quickly.
Yeah, I think we're... I don't know, every time I'm like, I think we're getting there. I think it's almost ready. It's almost time. Not so much. I think it's a little bit tricky because I've got 2 different King Rusticon war-based campaigns going on. One of them's from the Zone campaign, one of them's from the War campaign. Also, I've made my bird very tired through poor piloting. Use my credit card to give up. Yeah, and I think there's going to be some people just doing, getting them as gifts around this time of year as well. Alright, this is it. Mobilize the aerial forces. Alliance are attacking us in Nazmir. Let's go see Talanji of the Blood Gates. I could stand to do some world quests in Nazmir as well for some reputation.
Elementals have been infused with Azeroth and are going crazy. Put them down and absorb their
Make sure I pick up both of the campaign quests, not just one of them. There we go. Yeah, this is much faster now. Getting a couple of levels and a couple of pieces of gear up made a big difference. One of the horrible things about doing every quest is there is a hidden breadcrumb deep in the war campaign and it's very easy to miss. Is that like mainly relevant if you wanted to have just full quest completion? Or does it like actually gate part of the achievement away from you? Because that would be kind of annoying. Okay. Off to Nazmir. And if we do any world quests over there, then the more the better.
You want to soar with these swords?
Oh no, not one of the hot cold games. This way? No, no, no. That way. There we go. Have to wonder what raiding old content at level 35 is like. Yeah, I bet you the scaling would be kind of wonky. I don't know. It might vary class to class. Something around here. 3 specific world quests in Nazmir and then island quest items. Feel like it's gonna take a while. At least once you're camping world quests, it's just a matter of checking on them every day. But yeah, it's gonna be a bit slow. This way. Oh, that Night Elf Sentinel was not doing a very good job looking out. Okay. I appreciate the guts that it takes to wear like a really skimpy heritage armor out in Nazmir with the enormous mosquitoes they have. That's brave. Those are some big bugs they've got out here. Look to see if there's a bigger Gob Squad guild. Couldn't find one. Seems like such an obvious RP group name. I love like single race guilds. I think they're really funny. They'll have like rules that like only Tauren and High Mountain Tauren can join or whatnot. There were some in Remix, but then they'll relax the rule for like one guy, so it's just, you know, you've got like the Beefinators with like 500 Tauren and then just like one random orc pretending to be a Tauren wearing his best Tauren transmog. Like the Druid only guilds. They raid as well, right? Like there's raiding guilds that do it all with just druids, or I suppose you can make an argument for just paladins as well. Kind of a fun concept. Bet you there would be like some specific things that are harder that I wouldn't have even thought of for not having all those different classes. I mean, both druid and paladin guilds would both have battle reses. You would need drums for lust. Druids would probably be better because you could have melee and ranged, whereas with paladins you're kind of stuck in melee for DPS. You need range? I mean, probably. I bet you some fights you can make it work with no range. Soldian defenders slain. Yeah, this way. There's so many people up here. She's so casual. I would not be so chill. Perched on top of a flying machine with like 5 other people. Single race guilds are a lot more viable now that they've eased race class restrictions. Do you think there's enough gnomes out there? I wonder what the gnome demographics are. I feel like male gnomes are an endangered species. They're out there, but there's like 7 of them. You don't get that many gnomes, and when you do, they tend to be female gnomes. And I mean, I can't talk. I'm part of the problem. 4 out of 5 of my Mythic Plus group have gone full parrot. We've been trying to convince our healer to switch for months. I'm just imagining 4 foxes surrounding some poor like elf or something being like, join us, join us. Main is a male gnome. Rarely see female dwarves. Yeah, not too many of them around. Female Dark Iron Dwarf for, I think, a second was one of the rarest, like, combos in the game, just demographically, back when they used to let us see that kind of thing. Yeah, people don't like mechanomes because I think they forget they exist a bit. And then some people don't want to play a small race in the first place. And then if they do want to play a small race, they maybe want to play one that can wear pants. The transmog thing, I think, really stops a lot of people from playing mechanomes. Yeah, I also like seeing like the WoW demographic numbers for what characters people tend to make. I thought that was interesting. I don't know what the harm was of letting the API see that. Saw Fen Dwarf yesterday, and I genuinely think it was the first one I've seen in years. I don't know if I've noticed any earthen around. And I know they're new, and I guess I don't really, like, pug that much, but I don't think any of my friends switched to them. I'm sure people have alts, but I really haven't seen too many of them in the wilds. First ever character was a male gnome warrior on Forest Riders. Got him to 19 and then spent a year straight doing Warsun Gulch and a Warsun Gulch only guild. Most earthen I've seen have pun names. Rather play Dark Iron than an earthen. I kind of agree. I like the flame hair and the flame beards that you can do on Dark Iron. Earthen can look nice, but I don't know. They look nice in a that's nice for other people kind of way. The odd earthen paladin here and there. Yeah, mechanomes have great ratios. They have a cheat death. And they also have like a... Oh, I forget. I was gonna say like an unused damage / rocket jump, but that's goblins. I'm thinking of goblins. But the cheat death is kind of worth it all by itself, especially if you're healing. We have new race fatigue. People are gonna gravitate to what they like. I think earthen just weren't really unique enough to capture people's imaginations. They... Like, I feel like you for a new allied race to be popular, it either needs to be quite unique and different from what we already have, or it needs to be kind of sexy. By conventional standards, earthen were neither. They were not... We already have multiple types of dwarves, and it wasn't like some, I don't know, hot new elf or something, so I feel like that was kind of where they fell apart. Earthen are harder to unlock. That is true as well. And they're the newest, so there isn't as much time of... There hasn't been as much time for people to have made and leveled them and stuff. Over time, I'm sure the numbers will catch up, but probably not that much. They'll probably remain fairly rare. The funny thing is, the more I talk about how, like, uncommon a certain, like, race or race-gender combo is, the more I want to make one, because I'm just a huge contrarian. Wait, what do you mean nobody else likes them? I'll do it. People were speculating that the Heronir might become an allied race. Still possible. The kind of like elf troll midpoint that we've had in the War Within. Love Earthen story, especially with the disc fragment reveals we've been getting. If they wanted to do a Stone Titan made race, Mogu have been requested for years. And then you remember, oh yeah, that is why people don't like it. More importantly, why I don't like it either. Yeah, this is going much faster now that I'm up a couple of levels. 74 seems to be dramatically better than 71 was. For, especially because I put a little bit of gear on as well. So we're not going all the way down the hill. Within Harik's lair. Maybe we are going all the way down. It says up, though. Is it up on this hill? No. Maybe the vertical indicator's not working quite right. Rakan, hello? It's me, Raka. I didn't realize my name was so similar to an NPC. Oh yeah, now they're downstairs. There we go.
I be listening. Watch your back.
I wonder how much the Earthen were heard by most people having lots of ults from Remix. Yeah, it was kind of hard to want to level new ults after that. They could have the Blue Angel looking guys from Shadowlands as a playable hero class race. Full of bad takes. That might be the first I've heard of people wanting those ones. People wanted Venthyr. And then I think some people also wanted the Ardenweald people. Forget what they're called. They were also kind of blue.
For the dark spear.
Cried out to dispel fog voodoo. Alrighty. Satyrs were cute. I want to be Bluther. There's like a Bluther Hearthstone Battleground skin. Want a Kyrian mount? Summon one of those things to carry me around. Earthen feel too robotic. I get that they're rock androids, but they don't feel like a living component in the world. I only want Venthyr if they give me a Blood Mage or Vampiric Magic class. Yeah. I'd love that. I would do it on a like a Blood Elf or a Void Elf, though. I would do like a oh gosh, Prince Kel'Thuzad style Sandland. Is it Kel'Thuzad? No. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the guy from Anub'aret, the dungeon one. The Wrath of the Lich King dungeon with the vampire that drinks you. He was cool. I would make a character like that. I've forgotten his name and that dungeon's name a million times because it sounds like all of the other ones. Kel'Thuzad. Kel'Thuzad was the other Wrath dungeon. But he might have been in both. But yeah, that's the kind of character I'm thinking of for sure. Here, I can find it. Dungeons, Wrath of the Lich King. Non-astral rub, Ankahet. I'm thinking of Prince Tal'Daram. That's what I'm thinking of. I want to be this guy. Yeah, I want to be a Sandlane. Oh, sorry, kitty cat. That stretched too big. Love a Blood Mage Witch class. Something edgier than a Shaman, but not directly fell-locked like a Warlock. They had some cool witch vibes in Drustvar that you could maybe extrapolate a class out of. Alright, back to Zol'Thar. Alrighty. I'm gonna take advantage of that to grab some more water real quick. One sec. Okie dokie. Man, a Skyrim-style gimmick where you're absorbing souls from monsters to fuel your magic sounds very much like warlocks and the way their soul shards used to work. We had that. They got rid of it. So now they want me to do Battle of Dazar'la or the Raid. I wonder if that's strictly necessary campaign-wise. They definitely still don't have the 4th war done, but I wonder... I don't know. We don't have the campaign size marker on it anymore. Pay respects to King Rosticon. Am I on this quest? The King's Death in Zuldazar. So I need to accept a new quest. Ah, it's on the boat. I gotcha. Okay. Back on track. Nice to have a BTW quest to help me out there. BFA was so good. People, I mean, I kind of liked it, but it had such an awful reception when it was current. I remember it because I would check forums like throughout the expansion to kind of get a feel for public sentiment back when I hated myself, I guess. And people were like just frothing mad over it like the whole time. And I'm not saying it was infallible. It certainly had some things that weren't great about it, but like holy moly. It was not popular during its time. I mean, most of them. Actually, that's not true. Dragonflight was fairly well accepted during its time. Did it grow on people by Nyalotha? I think by Nyalotha, the only people that were left were people that had kind of liked it well enough anyway. And Nyalotha was kind of like a cool patch in that they sort of just like let you mess around with all of these kind of broken mechanics. There's an available quest here somewhere. Probably not down in the hold. Classic came out during BFA. Was it really that long ago? That's crazy. I believe you, but wow. Yeah, every expansion unpopular in its time. I think that's true. I think Dragonflight was probably the expansion that had the best reception during its course. Oh, there we go. Of anything that I could see. Not that it was like universally loved, but I think Dragonflight did a better job of not burning people out during itself. Like, it kind of let you go once you were done the things that you wanted to do there, so you didn't have as much of a... The game wasn't trying to lock you in so much, so you wouldn't stick around and get super bored. You would just kind of move on and take breaks and play other things. Finally quit the forums at the end of Shadowlands. My enjoyment of the game skyrocketed after that. Not knowing what people thought of Azeroth Mortis made me like it more. Yeah, that's a lesson I have to relearn every now and then. But it's a good one, you know. Giving yourself a chance with a piece of media to see what you think before you read everything. Because sometimes the opinions online won't match up with yours. And sometimes people will kind of pile onto a negativity train just because it's satisfying to have something to communally complain about. It makes people feel like they belong, which a lot of people are missing these days. And then negative coverage is obviously more sensational and gets a lot more clicks and therefore more money, so you're more likely to get negative pieces of media. You make a video that's called 8 Reasons Why I Liked This Expansion, and you're not gonna do big numbers with it. Somebody will watch it, and like 5 people will agree and wish you a Merry Christmas. Mop was beloved after the fact. Yeah, people were very much during the beginning of Mop very upset about the concepts of it. They really didn't like the idea that it was panned ring to China, and they really didn't like that it seemed childish, I guess, which always struck me as kind of funny because like what have we been doing? Our serious grown-up games. You could try, but to generate engagement, list all the worst parts. I mean, that's the trick, and that's what most people do, is you'll make your video about your positive review of the expansion. In it, you'll have one subsection of like 4 things that could have been better, and then you title your video the 4 worst things about XYZ thing, and then people will click on it. And like a lot of people will do that. They'll make very measured, balanced content with like a sensationally negative headline and thumbnail because that's how you get people to click on it. It's just how the game works. Don't understand what's childish about MoP. It was the talking panda bears on the box. The actual content and storylines of MoP were not super childish, I don't think, but the, you know, people saw Talking Panda Bear and they thought Kung Fu Panda with Jack Black, which is a family movie. You can go back and read old forum threads about it. People were livid. No universe-destroying threat to worry about. You farm and chill. I mean, the Shaw were kind of dark. But yeah, you're right. There's no like Deathwing of MoP. People kept on comparing it to Kung Fu Panda, despite Pandaren monks being in game since 03. Feel strongly about that argument. I don't know. A lot of conversation online becomes kind of a game of word association where somebody sees a thing, it reminds them of a thing, and then they'll be like, these 2 things are the same or connected, even if it's like a total coincidence or there's more nuance than that. Like, you can be having a conversation about a thing, and if it has the same talking, like the same keywords as a different conversation that the internet loves to have, you're gonna end up having the same conversation because people will chime in and be like, actually this thing, and they'll cite like some popular Reddit fact or whatever that's not even really relevant, but like has some of the same keywords. But the antidote for that is to, whenever possible, you know, take breaks from the computer now and then and talk to some real people. Or failing that, take breaks from the computer and go people watch and eavesdrop on real people. That's fun. What reason could you possibly have?
Was a hero to the Cultiras.
Back to Orgrimmar. Dark Lady's not done with me yet. I don't feel like this hunter's gonna be on her side. I know that we get to like choose whether or not we're allied with Sylvanas, and I feel like the answer is gonna be a no. Pandas grew on me, but their racials need to be better. Dislike that in conversations, and it's all I get nowadays. Yeah. It's not that there aren't still real people thinking original thoughts out there. There are. They're just not online. Everyone assumes the word's coming next. They stop listening, ready for their turn to talk. That's what I get for being quiet. You can learn a lot about people from just listening to what they have to say. Doesn't mean that we should judge them for it, but, you know, you can learn a lot. Orgrimmar, I need a portal. Besides, it's not like I'm immune to this. Especially, I'm filling air 15 hours a week. I say the same things over and over again. I'm sure most of them didn't start with me. What am I doing? I'm going to Orgrimmar. This conversation is making me want to play my Pandaren monk. The question is, do you want to play it now in retail, or do you want to make a Pandaren monk for classic MoP? That's the thing.
I trust you will not waste my time.
I honestly didn't think getting 1800 PvP rating this season was going to be this hard. Some seasons are wildly different in terms of that difficulty. Like, rating will inflate or not. And yeah, it can be a huge difference. Season's pretty competitive.
He'd been held
What am I
in
doing? I think I'm just waiting for her to finish
Stormwind's
talking.
Since the assault on Lordran. Should the Boy King's forces locate Saurfang, no doubt they will kill him on sight.
Enormous cup.
While some within our ranks have questioned the High Overlord's
Tempting, but I have played Classic progression since
we
they released
cannot
Classic
allow
TBC.
him to
Just
fall
regular
back
Classic and
into
HC for me,
enemy
thanks.
hands.
Or you have not played Classic
I
progression.
expect
Yeah, that's fair.
you to find him before they do.
Alright.
There will be dark range.
We will
What do you want me to do?
just outside Stormwind's walls. Keep to the shadows.
As soon as the quest no longer has like the campaign marker on it, I always get a little bit worried that I'm not on this quest chain. High Overlord. Way out. Oh no, that is it. Oh yeah. Wow, there's still so much more. I got 45 minutes left. I wonder if I can get through the rest of the 4th war. I'm not doing any more time walking dungeons, so we're just gonna focus. Progress. So Elwyn Forest. I am Alliance. And I want to get to Elwyn Forest. That's gonna be in Kalimdor. I know what I'm gonna do. Do I actually? Yes I do. Okay. We're going to Dalaran, first of all. BTW quest, such a lifesaver. Love that add-on. A couple times now, it's kind of helped me double check whether or not I'm on the right track for this campaign. It's been good. I took a whole class my first semester of grad school on how to listen, to understand, and not to respond. It's a good skill. It's a skill that a lot of people probably think that they have, and they don't really have yet. Alright, so now that I've done that, and I'm going to Stormwind, and I'm Horde, I'm going to go to Blackrock Depths. And then I'm gonna, this is the tricky part, is I have to actually get out of here. But I am now at least geographically a little closer to Stormwind. Players can see me coming from miles away with that read-off pet. Nice. You got yourself the red nose one? That's fun. So I'm pretty sure I just need to get past the Molten Core entrance, and then I can fly away. There we go. I think this is my way out. Okay. There we go. I think that's as close as I was gonna get. Although, I might have been... Well, no, I would have had to wait for a boat if I wanted to go through Booty Bay. That's one thing that I envy Dark Iron Dwarf mains for, is, man, if you had like a fully kitted out mole machine where you've really like done everything. Also, why do I have a flag on Northshire Abbey? That's peculiar. But like a fully, properly done mole machine. Hang on. It's occurring to me that I haven't used my warband map. I've got stuff undiscovered out here. Say one thing that's taken as the opposite, the same words you used, lactone. That's hard. Even native speakers will have that problem and get misunderstood.
Let's keep moving. Be on the lookout.
Especially on text. I just try not to communicate very much via just text. I try to talk to people with words when I can because terrible at it.
Let's take a look at that lock. Seems we have found his escape route. There is mud around the lake. We should check for tracks.
In the new patch, all towns and important areas are marked with the flag or house icon. That is news to me. That must be what I just saw.
Someone tried to disguise
I
their
wonder why. It kind of makes it look like there's something I need to do there.
keep moving.
And there isn't really. Not anymore.
Too
Not for this particular character.
It has to be Saurfang. His trail leads east.
Where am I going? Oh, nowhere. Not going anywhere. Right here. We can work on doing all this in my Horde character. This war campaign was quite the journey, although I did mess around a whole bunch with like regular zone campaigns before I even started the war campaign, so I probably could have been done faster if I'd been more focused.
Fools.
There is a lot of campaign in BFA. I kind of forgot about all of it.
Have a plan.
Red Ridge Mountains, this way. Gosh. Legion had that as well, where there's just tons and tons of campaigns and story questing. Which I should be clear, I'm not complaining. It's a good thing. It's just if that's not your primary method of engaging with the game, but you feel like you have to do it for some other reason, it ends up feeling like it's taking way longer than you thought it was going to.
Sickeningly sweet.
Kind of fun to do when you out-level it, though. Oh. I'm a noob Sophia. Oh dear. Something is not quite right with this child.
Did you see it?
Just a little girl and her giant snake. Not suspicious at all. Man.
How are you? See you later.
Can I fly as a noob Sophia? Can I get onto my coiffon and I wonder if I'm gonna keep my disguise when I get off. Actually, I have a bottle. I can just drink it again. Oh, sorry.
Let's get to
Ah, dear. Oh no. Oh, jeez. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I wonder if this probably is not usable in combat. No. And I can feign death in another like 20 seconds. Luckily, he's only level 30, so he's not actually hurting me. Otherwise, I would be corpse running right about now. Excuse me, friends. They're just shooting Sylvanas. What? Go home. This is what I get for not having play dead. Oh, that one guy's going home. We must be almost far enough away. I don't want to kill them because I think that's going to flag me or alert the newspapers or something. The demon hunter wings pop out if you glide while using the child disguise in this quest. Alright. So I need to get close, but not too close. And let's drink our juice again. There we go.
Look at you. How sickeningly sweet. It's perfect.
Need to get exalted with Zandalari Empire to do the Vol'jin storyline. Yep. Me too. Pixel Mantian, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. It's a big grind. Definitely a project. Innkeeper Brianna. Hello.
You need something? Be careful.
Search rooms for clues. Maybe these rooms.
You need something? See you around.
I need to be disguised still, or if I'm good. Might be okay.
These back roads would make an ideal route for someone trying to avoid attention. Let's look around. Ripped webbing. Someone definitely passed through here. And it wasn't a normal. They're dead.
This tarantula
Print pattern. I'd say it was
has been
only a
punched to
recent-
death. Oh dear. We're looking for a missing Saurfang, I suppose.
That's a lot of ichor. More than I
Ichor.
expect from
Is
one
that how I should have been
person.
saying it this entire time? I've been pronouncing that word ichor.
Means that our quarry must have
Whoa.
been such a shame.
Gosh.
I quite like Spy there.
Oh, this isn't Sylvanas. This is Dark Ranger Liana. Pardon me.
Red Ridge Pass.
This tarantula has been cleaved to death. Okay.
My arrows strike true.
Getting there.
Ugh. I'll never get used to the taste of this vile concoction.
Hello, it's me, Anub Sophia.
My good sir, can you help us? A filthy orc raided our farm in the night. He stole a priceless family heirloom. Have you seen any signs of such a monstrous brute traveling over the pass?
Filthy orcs. Excuse me. Uh-oh. The dog's onto us. The dogs are onto us. Not the corgi. Actually, is that a corgi? I don't know. It's a little scruffy. A little scrappy. That's not a corgi. If it's a corgi, it needs a good lunch. What quest is this? I'm doing the Horde war campaign. In BFA. And this end part is like wildly new to me.
You are to take no further action until you hear from me again. Understood?
Okay.
Hey man, over here.
Grim
I've been
tidings.
needing your help.
You can only get the Worn Cloak toy if you betray Sylvanas. Okay. I think I get to choose soon. Hello.
Greetings, my Saurfang's hiding
Meet
out
with
at the
him in
small farm nearby.
Swamposaurus.
We best be getting near.
Alright. Doggies. Anub Sophia is also a pretty fun way of hearing it. I think that I'll get a title at the end of all this too, but I don't know if it's worth taking off a new Bracah. Too late, the beat is here. Defend Varric Saurfang and the Swamposaurus. This was never a rescue mission.
Varrock Saurfang, you are guilty of treason against the Dark Lady.
Whoa.
Exit the hut or I will burn it down. Like that tree your alliance friends loved so dearly.
You ain't got a shred of honor, but
Yeah, I think I'm siding with Saurfang.
box on Saurfang.
Sylvanas is a little too smug about the whole tree thing.
Champion, you and that troll need to stay out of this.
Besides, I'm an orc.
The war chief.
I feel like I'm a fairly loyal orc.
And what orders?
Sylvanas is not really selling it right now for me. But this is kind of cool because I've never actually gotten to do this.
Turned your back
I heard about people
on your
choosing
duty
Sylvanas
to
or
the
Saurfang, but I didn't
Horde,
actually
Saurfang.
do it myself.
And worse, after you abandon your people, you
She's on the phone to Zaval.
against
Yeah, her big secrets. I remember that was a whole thing during BFA. Is like, oh man, she's got hidden motivations. It's all gonna make sense eventually. Not even my Forsaken character chose Sylvanas. What up, Hazel? Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Phantom. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. Orc loyal zog
I
zog.
see you still have not learned to fear impossible odds, my young friend. It is an honor to stand at your side.
So is this like where we choose? I think it's happening soon.
Battling Dark Ranger. If you came seeking a fight, you shall.
Or maybe I've already chosen to.
For the honor of the Horde. Look down!
Maybe my auto quest turn in did it for me. But there's a worn cloak toy. Don a brown cloak and hood. Potentially confusing assassins, alright.
What would you have?
Will you stand with us today? Oh, I see. This is where I choose. So if I wanted to, I don't even really want to go talk to her. I will.
Kill the traitor.
You got it.
Stand with him.
Hey, who did it, man?
There we go. It's a toy I didn't have before.
All them sparks have me shooting.
We, if
I didn't know they had a toy from that.
the Banshee's favor, she needs to believe that I defeated you. But it has to look like you put up a good
Oh, he's gonna have to. He's gonna have. Oh no. Oh no.
Take a deep breath.
Oh no.
I
He's
feel
gonna hit me.
practice in pulling my punches.
Here. Do it on the arm. I'm ready. You couldn't put down your weapon first? My goodness. Alright, so now we're going back to Orgrimmar. I think we're just gonna Hearth. Hearth and Port. How do I start this quest? There. 74, finish BFA's main storyline. Tracking down the war campaign is easier with an add-on that helps show you which ones are which. I'm using BTW quests, and within this I can go to Battle for Azeroth, go to the war campaign, find the one that I'm on, and then it'll show me like where to pick it up and whatnot. Because aside from that, you're just kind of looking for campaign quests, and not all of them are marked as campaign. Generally near the ship area, but it's quite a quest line. I think I'm almost done though. Hope Metzen finds a way to fix Sylvanas. Hoping they don't poke that sleeping bear for a long time. Yeah, I think they can let her recharge a little bit. Wait for people to miss her. Another couple of years. See what it shows for me. Portals. She can rot in the maw forever. I wonder if I'm anywhere close to being able to start. I guess I'm gonna need another 2 bars of Zandalari rep. Anywhere close to being able to start with some of the war stories that I actually need. I mean, the 4th war is one of them, so this is one of the things that I'm requiring.
Come forward. Let me see if I have this right. Saurfang single-handedly slew my elite forces and a veteran Dark Ranger. How fortunate that you escaped with little more than a bruise.
She's on to me.
Fortunate, but disappointing. Let me be perfectly clear. You will find the traitor Saurfang. You will deliver him to me. And you will not fail me again. Now go. Remember your duty to the Horde. We have a war to win.
I wonder if they want me to go back now. There's another quest we can pick up here somewhere. Maybe. Seriously not my luck today. Missed out on a tier piece from Elfar on Surek by 2. Upgradable bracer by 1. Aw. That's poor luck. I wish I knew where I was going.
Nothing shall stand in
There's a few too many different expansions worth of quests in this room for me to be really confident on where it is that I'm going. And poke around Zandalar again. Sometimes they do that. I hope Sylvanas comes back and says, I have done all the dailies in the Maw, and all spirits have returned. Comes back redeemed, no questions asked, gets killed by Tyrande. And then Tyrande can have her villain arc. Or more of one, anyway. I want to go back to Zuldazar, I think. Because we don't want to be starting Mechagon, that's not the stuff. Oh no, here we go. Righting wrongs. That's the ticket. That's what I'm on. Found it. Hello.
What is it? Get moving.
Gosh, I wonder if I can power this out. I only have another 20 minutes or so. I want to finish it. There's just, every time I think I'm almost done, there's just so much more. This was a long war, I suppose.
Theramore? She is not going to agree to that.
Then you will need to convince her. Go quickly.
Actually,
I will.
that ring's actually an upgrade.
Good luck.
Pop that on.
I see you received my message. We have little time. We fight when we must. The swift vengeance is anchored just outside the harbor. Zelling will take us there.
Revered tides, carry us.
All these quests were all part of Zabal's plan.
to our quarry.
The ship's crew is fanatically loyal to Sylvanas. They will not take our trespass lightly. Though it pains me, you may need to shed blood this day. This is it. Zelling, wait here.
I felt a bit bad because there was a whole expansion worth of story around him, if not more. But I really couldn't bring myself to be very invested in the jailer. He kind of, maybe it's just because he was very large and kind of bald, but he was very Thanos-y to me. Where, Matt, you still haven't gotten all part of Zabal's plan. But I can't complain that something wasn't original enough when I didn't, like, actually read all the story or, like, pay attention during it.
Be swift.
It's just easier to connect with the villains that have a little bit more of a
Unconscious, but still alive.
sassy personality.
Spirits watch over you. At least, as close to it as undeath can be.
Okay.
This is quite
He was overshadowed by Denathrius' personality and voice acting. I think that's exactly what it was. Person earlier not winning bracers. Also Zaval's plan. Zaval probably put all these extra quests in here so that I couldn't finish this on time. I think I need to go upstairs more. There are more stairs. There are more stairs. Who made boats so complicated? Zaval. Captain's keys, apothecary's keys. Hello, any keys? How small are they? Oh, there we go. And those keys. And then maybe in... Nope. Here. This is kind of a cool room. The green light coming through the stained window. That's neat. I think they've done a great job of Zaltas so far. She's been built up over time. We know about her. She has a great design. I think it's neat that a lot of people have connected her back with, like, to Legion and to the Shadow Priest artifact weapon, even if people didn't necessarily play a Shadow Priest. Maybe they knew about one that was talking about it. Like, she made so many memes back then that people have something a little farther back in time to kind of connect her to, which is neat. think it would have gone better if they'd stuck with Dreadlords subtly influencing events, rather than saying Zavala was directly responsible for all of it. Good old Naifu.
We have him. Now, let's get this ship ready to sail.
Maybe I was meant to go not up here. Nope. I was supposed to stay downstairs. Sorry, guys. Turning around. Oh, man. Oh, no, here he is. He's coming. He's come with me. Hi. Can you pilot this boat?
There were complications, but we are ready to depart.
Then let's not waste any more time. Champion,
Yeah, it's me.
this place is my only. Seaward winds, fill our sails, guide our ship through ocean's true.
What I found interesting is the end cinematic, where Janathrius almost sounds like he was never on Zaval's side all along. Have you seen this movie? I don't know. I like the ambiance.
Lady Jaina, long has it been since we spoke peacefully in Theramore.
Theramore is gone. You did not ask me here to reminisce.
No. I have come to return one who was lost.
Derek. My own brother. I had thought better of you, Bane. So tell me, is he the Banshee's puppet? Crammed full of blight? Is he the bomb this time?
I've definitely seen this before.
That was the plan. But Bane took me from Sylvanas before I was twisted to her will. I'm still your brother, Jaina. For as long as stars do shine.
Why?
The Horde has a sickness in it. We wage war while the Earth Mother dies.
I've watched this much, so I want to finish it, but it occurred to me that I only have so much time, and I'm never going to finish the campaign. I'm going to have to save it for tomorrow, I think.
Sylvanas will kill you for this. And she may not stop with you.
No life is worth living if we cannot be true to our nature. I return home to take what solace I can in my family. I hope you take solace in yours.
Yeah, this is kind of cool.
Bane. Thank you.
All right.
How may I aid you? I will not forget what you have done this.
We cannot risk having you seen with this ship. The charm you carry is anchored to the port of Zandalar. It should get
Casting
you
the
there
bait.
safely.
Start the mission.
Go
Okay.
with the tides.
A mission? What, like a mission table mission? What are your thoughts on someone jumping into WoW for the first time? Would you play Classic, Cataclysm Classic, or Live? I would say the main factor would be if you know anybody, if you have any friends in your gaming circle that are already playing one of them, I would play with your friends. But, failing that, I like Live. I like Live because it's always progressing. It's always changing. This mission here. Alright. Oh, it's only going to take an hour. There's no real sense in overdoing it either. Oh, well, I guess I'm not finishing that one for a little bit. Might have to wait for that one to complete. Start the mission, then report to Nathnos. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait for it. BFA is basically what if we did MOP, but with a bigger budget, bigger scale. Filing solo, would you suggest I seek out a guild first thing, or just YOLO it? I mean, there's no harm in trying guilds out while you are first getting started and seeing if you can find a group of people that you vibe with, and that's great. You hold on to them. There's no reason why you have to get set up first before you do that. But I would say that if you join a guild, or you try a couple different guilds and it's not making your game experience better, then don't feel like you have to do it. Yeah, I like RP realms as well. People can be pretty friendly there. Securing Saurfang hold. I wonder, because that is what I need to do next. I wonder if it's just, it was on the map. I probably just need to wait for the mission if I had to guess. Because this is not him. He wants me to go to Mechagon or do the mother load. Bo Damien, thank you very much for the 30-month resub. Holy smokes, that is such a long time. I really appreciate it. Alright, well, so I have 10 or so minutes left, and I don't think I can progress the war anymore. We're getting pretty close, but I don't think I can. I think I need to wait. And then we're going to do these guys. Display of power. Oh yeah, because we have to get all the way to Old Soldier. Okay, no, there's tons more. There's way more! I'm nowhere close! I'm nowhere close, you're right. The war's gonna have to cease fire till next stream. So, in the meantime, I bet you there's gotta be like a zone thing that I can do. I had some notion about doing world quests in Nazmir just for the reputation of it all. Maybe we can pop out and take a look at that. I need more rep as well, so if there's any easy world quests I can just kind of drop in. I guess we can try and take revenge on that big spider. I've done this world quest 3 times now, or twice. This is going to be 3, and the first 2 were, you know, fights for my life. They were hard. Now that I'm 74, I think I can probably take her, though. Honor-bound rep is the Alliance Zones quests when you're Horde. So world quests from Tierguard Sound, Drustvar, or Stormsong Valley should all give honor-bound rep if you're a Horde player. It's the Horde equivalent to 7th Legion. Do you have the mission table, Seagull? I need it for my Seagull Hunter. I must have. If it's a battle pet, I must have. This is actually still kind of a scary mob. It's the mount? What's it called? Albatross? I've got a Siltwing Albatross. That one was for Seafarer's Doubloons. And then I've got a Gold Toe Albatross. That was the other one. I thought I got all the mission table mounts, though. Doubloons one. Yeah. That was a 90s Andalorian Pyre Wrap. So many doubloons. Yeah, I love it though. Because it looks like a real bird. It's like in regular bird colors. It doesn't have that much armor on it. It's got some, but you know, it's got some coins. Some of your extra doubloons made it onto the reins. Obscure NPC. I'm trying to look up. In Legion, an undead female bat rider that gave you quests in Stormheim. Maybe somebody in chat will know. That one's beyond me. That was another 90 Sandalori Empire rep. I feel like I should do the... Well, is it worth doing it? Should I just wait for another... wait for more Sandalori Empire emissaries? Those gave 1800 rep. Just do a couple of those instead. Speaking of which, so this is Talanji's expedition. What's my rep with her? Oh, I'm only revered with her. I'm gonna want that one too. I should just keep up with emissaries, I think is probably the best way of doing this. That's not even for the meta, that's just wanting to get the reps done for the mounts. There's a chest over here. A couple of chests actually. Treasures of Nazmir. I need another handful of those. Maybe we work on that for a minute. This one is going to be the swallowed chest. Oh, hang on. There's a rare over here. Lost scroll. All I need is 7 times 7s for COT and NW, and I'll have Keystone Hero. Oh, nice! 7s have been proving harder to time than 10s. Sometimes that's the case. Sometimes you'll end up, just because the pool of players is wider in that key bracket, sometimes the keys end up getting more chaotic than you'd think they would be. Treasures of Nazmir. We can do that along with world quests. I'll just try a 10 COT, blunder my way through it. City of Threats, that's right. I'm already starting to forget the names of the War Within Dungeons. It's been a minute since I've been in that one. I wonder if I'm ever actually gonna, before the season ends. There's 110 I don't have timed yet, and I think it might be either City of Threads or the other city one. I get them mixed up a bit. But there's one of them that I don't have a portal for. And I mean, I have the portal for the other one, and they're not that far apart geographically, so it's not the end of the world, but it would be kind of annoying to have, you know, almost all the portals. But it's been a while since I've done a key. I don't even know what I would do. I would need to get the rust back off again. All-time 10s except for Necrotic Wake and COT. Wake was a hard one. We found that in order to get that, we had to have a really clean run with really good use of the weapons, like the spears and stuff. And without that, it just wasn't going to happen. World quest is called It's Never Time for Cannibalism. Oh dear.
There is no hope for them to ever change. They continue their defiance against Bonsandi.
I wonder if these rare elites are worth a lot of the bar. 10%. Try to do a 7 Necrotic Wake, Guardian Druid tank, Resto Druid, 2 Paladins and a Mage. Disaster. I like playing with the same team all the time because you kind of get used to the utility that your group has or doesn't have. You know, things like Poison Cleanse or a Battle Res or like a built-in Lust versus Drums if you play with the same people all the time. Then you kind of get used to what things you need to carry and what things you've got on hand. What parts of the dungeon are going to be really hard for you and what parts are going to be not a problem at all. Core group, but they've been busy over the holidays. Learn everyone's idiosyncrasies. Has been nice having a break from keys, though. I love doing keys very seasonally, where I'll do a ton of them for like a couple of months, and then I'll take a big break for a couple more months. Gives me time to play other games. Merry belated Christmas. We had a new chick hatch on Christmas morning. That makes 4 in total. Congratulations. Love Miss Owls. That's wonderful. Do the parent birds do most of the heavy lifting, or is it like really busy with lots of things to do for them? I don't know much about raising the chicks.
It is like they wish to die. I can only hope their blood
That one's
does not
done.
somehow fuel Gahund. Dark mojo feeds this creature.
Can I fight this on my own? It's 23 mil. It's kind of like a... I don't know if I can solo that or not. I might die. That would be a bit of a project for like my 80 in full gear. You can do it. I mean, it's not hurting very bad, so as long as I keep my pet mended, it's gonna fear me, unfortunately. Oh, maybe not, actually. I thought that was gonna fear. The bolt's not for this. Just gonna fear me? No, just damage. This is gonna take years. This is probably not worth it. This is gonna take so long. Big old target dummy. And it's not even... I mean, it's technically a world quest. Oh, it's got a transmog it could give me. I could get lucky. What are we at? 79%? My goodness. Get that 30 gold. It's 250 war resources that I'm gonna get to keep. Oh boy. Wowee. It's okay. Time for me to think about what I'm gonna make for lunch. Lovebirds are both new parents. Was in the pub the night before. Told the bartender might have to dispose of the rest of the eggs. The next morning we had a new one. Parents are doing great. Both feeding the brood. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh gosh. I mean, I guess it's good that it doesn't hurt that bad, but holy. What if I dismiss my pet and pull out a ferocity pet? Because I don't really need the movement speed right now. What I need is... maybe once I get my Bestial Wrath back around. Cast a Lust. Here, we'll pool Lust with Ancestral Call with Bestial Wrath. That'll be the trick. That'll do it. Alright. Cooldowns! Switch to Marks real quick, take him down with 3 aim shots. He had like 25 million HP, which for a BFA mob, I mean, I guess it's a boss, like a raid boss. Taking as long as the whole quest line. I don't really remember time that I wasn't fighting to see. It's down to 9 mil left. That's almost a reasonable amount. I think our cooldowns made a difference. Or like rather a lot of time to think about your rotation when you're doing this. Super bored, need to make a new tune. Warrior, monk, or DK? Ooh, do, well, actually, you'll know the answer in your heart. My first thought was monk, and then I was like, ooh, but maybe warrior. And then I thought, but it's not even my ult. Why do I have such opinions? Yeah, warrior. I agree. You got one vote for DK. What race? Only care about looks? Well, that depends. What kind of looks do you like? Or it could be anything. Oh, we got a Spiritbound Voodoo Burl. We can vendor that for 25 whole gold. Oh no. Spirits returned to the necropolis. I wonder what we need to do to return the spirits. There's gotta be something you can do here. Oh, you bring them back. Oh, okay, alright, it's working, it's working. At least one of them is. I remember this quest being kind of annoying. I wonder if this isn't worth it. I know I need this offering to Bonsomdi treasure over here. That's gold you get to keep. Hey, now that I'm not saving for a Brutosaur anymore, I might actually keep it. Inside the building. Use the tree to climb the building and then drop down inside. Oh. I see. There it is. Save it for the next $90 mount. Oh, man. Oh, I really hate that sentence. I really don't want them to do another one, but why wouldn't they if they printed money with it? What if I don't fly away? Maybe these spirits will come with me. They'll follow you around to the quest giver, even if they fly. Oh. Kill the horrors as the ones that follow you. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, if your pet gets the killing blow, no spirit spawns. Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna dismiss my pet, actually. That's probably what's been going on. Do you want to buy the Revan pet? Wonder what utility... Oh, yeah, that the next $90 mount would have to be valuable. Oh, yeah. Okay, now that's working. So we can just get, like, 11 of these and then go turn it in. It's just that if my pet kills them, then I won't get the credit. Be a giant whale mount that your whole raid group can ride. That I could pass on, you know. They can get themselves to raid. Which is really rich of me because I'm usually the one showing up late and getting a summon. But, I am playing a different character today. This is one of my alts. This is my Horde main. My regular main is still my main. It's just that this is the Horde character that I'm playing through BFA content to work on the achievement. That's all. Horse pulling a cart with workbenches for every profession. It's player housing, but it's like in a motorhome. It's a trailer. Van living for the next $90 amount. Yeah, the big achievement is in the game for this now. Okay, 2 more of these spirits. Also, I should consider wrapping up my stream soon, because I'm kind of out of time. Oh, the Winnebago amount, that would be funny. Are you guys coming? No? Oh no, it's the horrors, that's right. Horrors. These guys. Farewell to Arms is the name of the BFA meta achievement. A Farewell to Arms.
My people deserve a peaceful crossing to the other side. My thanks to you, champion.
Oh, I wonder if I can solo Shulna Gruth or if he's going to be really annoying too. I just want to finish this, oh no, I did finish. I was going to say I finished the emissary, but we did. Wondering how much they're going to charge for the portal pet. Oh, that's right. I don't think that, especially after Remix, that at least for... I don't know. I don't see what the actual utility of the Mop portal pet is so much. Yeah, we'll see though. They might do. Is this for a rare? Might be. It was a teleport to Mists of Pandaria. And it was a Chinese realms only, I think, shop thing. Oh, maybe it's just treasure. Have you been to any malls? Bonkers, do not recommend, do not like malls at the best of times. The last time I did all of my holiday shopping, and I did the last part that I needed to do in a mall in maybe the first week of December, and I haven't been back since. I try to avoid them this time of year, especially right now, because you know it's like Boxing Week, so it's a retail holiday, so everything's a bit crazy for a little bit. All right, I'm gonna need all kinds of stuff here eventually. I need rep and I need gold. I swear, I'm gonna log off any minute now. I'm definitely not still chasing treasures I need for this achievement. There's one just right over here. It's a cleverly disguised chest. How cleverly disguised could it be? Well, it was awesome when I was a little kid. Now not so much. Sometimes I like going to the mall alone and just kind of wandering about for a little while. You know, try on some clothes or have a little lunch or something. Usually it's if my car's in the shop and I have some time to kill, but not so much time that I want to go home. I'll like take a bus to the mall and just go hang out there for a while. That's the place that it has in my adult life. Did I loot it? I think I did. I got a silver monkey torso for that. This is a venomous seal. I need that one too. I think I'm just gonna try and finish the Treasures in Asmir achievement and then I'll sign off for the day. We've done enough like 2 hours and 50 minute streams. We can make up a few minutes here and there. Go for a walk in the mall. Mall walker, if you will. Oh, that was nice and easy. I need the Lost Nazmani treasure and the shipwrecked chest. That one's partially digested. That's different. Lucky Horus. There's the shipwrecked chest. Where's the Lost Nazmani treasure? 62, 35. So kind of, oh yeah, same area-ish. Yeah, if the mall had, one of our malls here has a movie theater, like, sort of nearby, and then the other one doesn't. I guess the other ones don't, because there's more than just 2 malls in the city. If it had the theater, I would just go see a movie. But yeah, some clothes I do still like to... I like buying clothes online, and I will often do that, but I prefer to have tried on something, at least from the same brand or something similar, to kind of figure out what my size is and how it fits. And then once I find an item that I like, I'll buy it online in like different colors and whatnot, or replace it if they still sell that one when I wear it the first one. Lost One's money treasure is directly behind the fallen shrine, but 3 steps underwater in a hard to see cave. Swim, dive, swim more, and then loot. There's a cave here somewhere. Oh, in here. But yeah, I'll do online clothing now if I'm familiar with what my size is in that brand. But I won't do shoes online. If I'm buying shoes, I still have to go try them on. At least not since Hazelnutty merch on hiatus. Yeah, no, we were gonna do it this year. I have a half-finished design, but never got to it. Never made it happen. All right, so I just need the shipwrecked chest now. On the wrecked ship, on the tree. All right, then I'll walk off. My earbuds are yelling at me now. About to run out of batteries. This isn't the treasure, it's just there's a rare over here. His name's Krubs. Krubs the crab. Stick figure healer shirt itchy. Oh, that's no good. I had a brief period of time in this office where I had decorated the walls by hanging up on wooden hangers various like WoW shirts. And in my mind it was going to look really cool, but in practice it just looked like I had a lot of laundry hanging about. I ended up aborting that plan. And now I just have extra wooden hangers for my own closet. So there's a chip in a tree here. There's the treasure. This should get me an achievement. There we go. Treasures of Nazmir. Done. Alright, we're gonna take her back to Zuldazar, and I need to wrap up for the day, but I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll finally get to the end of this war, maybe not, who's to say. I appreciate the company very much. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!